Ooh, it is that time again. This is absolutely going to be the game of the week. I don't think it's particularly close. Like, this game is going to be incredible. I'm going to be watching Paris, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on the other ones. I need to quickly send myself all my thumbnails so I can post them all up on Instagram and whatnot. But we are still just during the customary handshakes, so we got a little bit of time. And to make sure also that the volume is at a good level. Just so I can kind of hear the referee calls, but not have it too loud. Right. Let's send over all my stuff. This is always the awkward part at the start of the the start of the thing where I have to just send myself everything, not that one. While everyone just sorts themselves out. I'm predicting a Paris win. I think that Paris are going to be quite comfortable. Controversial take. I do think that Paris is a better built team. I think they got more players that can affect the game at multiple levels. Just need to turn on my Xbox so I can actually get the stream in the background, just so I can see if it's working all correctly. The teams are still coming on, so we got a little bit of time. We're all right. Let's just make sure that that's all sorted. This could be a damn good game. I'm looking forward to it. Connection's all good. Game's all good. Thumbnails are going up. Just finished watching Jamal's video as well. Hello again, Marcus. Oh my gosh. The referee's call is like so loud. There we go. Hello, Marcus. Good to see you again, bud. Oregon time now. That must be like 6 a.m. That's some dedicated viewing. Right. Need to save the thumbnail. Should I probably have done this before? Yes. Am I ever going to learn from my lessons? Eventually. Right. They're still just lining up, so we're all good. Alright. I'm very ready for this game. This has been the game that I've been looking forward to most, I think. Even more than someone like the Fire and Galaxy or Fire and Paris. I think this just kind of shows who is like the elite second team in that conference that would be challenging Ryan. Of course, they lost yesterday. So, damn, 4-1. Okay, you're in Moravia. Fair enough. I was going to say, that would be quite impressive to be up that early. But yeah, this is ELF Game Pass. And I think the other one, the Enthroners versus Berlin, I think is available for free. But then the Enthroners quarterback's injured. He's not going to be playing. Mangle's not playing. And then, yeah, and then also the Vikings quarterback isn't playing either. So, there's quite a few injuries already in this first couple of weeks. I think it's been one of the biggest things, is just how many injuries we've seen to starting players already. Which is very unfortunate. Obviously, no one wants to see the best players go out. Mangle's only played a couple of games. We've had cuts. I do think I already know who the Raiders are going to re-sign. Or sign as quarterback, rather. Through connections. There we go. Cool. Yeah. He does it good. He does it good. Honestly, yeah. Like, this game is going to be spectacular. They're just doing a kickoff now. If you're not watching, you got like a couple of minutes maybe. But I'm not sure. It's quite expensive though, Game Pass. I know they raised it from last year. It was only a couple of bucks. But now it's like, I think, $8 a game. I think. It's quite expensive. Right, Paris have just kicked off at the Stade Jean Bois. The stadium looks decently full. Oh, I thought Paris was going to break a big run there already, or Frankfurt rather. It's going to be a very telling game, I think, because these two teams, both of them. I'm not watching the game, but I would assume so. Yeah, I think they are. I think the Toronto's probably wearing white and gold, which is low-key one of the best jerseys in the league. That white and gold is fantastic. It's just that's just a bad team, which is a big shame. They're coming out big. Extra linemen already. Oh, so you'd think that, right? But they don't get the Game Pass for free. I was talking to Khaled. Khaled's a Barcelona Dragon. Talking to him yesterday. They don't get Game Pass for free as players. They got obviously like Huddle, so you can probably watch a couple of their opposition. Or Fleet Flicker to start the game. Zach's already down. Zaradka's already down. Sack to start the game. Mamadou Sai, he's one of the best interior linemen. He's so slept on. That interior line of Paris is like very underrated. Flea Flicker did not work. I've been saying I think Paris is a... Oh, let me put a poll up. I forgot to do that. I think we're going to win by 10. So we'll put Galaxy. Oh, Zaradka already is incomplete. There we go. There we go. Put the poll up. I think it's Musketeers. Yeah, I mean, like the GFL are like it's you can only watch it like afterwards, and it's also pay-per-view. I don't know why they made the GFL pay-per-view, because the GFL is only available on like one website. I know, so it's technically ELF, but it's also on like German TV. I'm not exactly sure it's the same with GFL. Oh, good run, good catch and run there by Markel. I love whatever Markel's got in his arm. That like band at the top. I think it looks so sick. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's his brand. I'm not entirely sure, but it does look good. Like, I think you should probably get Game Pass as a player. I think it would make sense. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, stats are terrible. The stats in the AFL are actually alright. Stats in the Super Series in Sweden are great. I love the Super Sweden stats. ELF haven't got all their stuff sorted yet. GFL, I haven't checked much, but historically, some of them has been wrong. I remember I've done videos talking about players coming into the ELF and the GFL, and I've mentioned their stats, and I had at least 3 touchdowns, and it says that they had none. So Frankfurt already punting an early first drive. They're not able to get anything out of it. Took a sack, an incompletion, and a long catch and run by Markel, but not enough for the first. So, interesting first drive. It's the first look at Zach Edwards too, who was phenomenal in our last game. Zach Edwards was incredible. So I want to see how he does this game. And that offensive line is so good. You got Toby Letman, Lewis Thomas, Thomas Felicia, Potty Sacramento. Yeah. And it was 6-1 apparently in the Milano game. Even until the final whistle, value was 6-1. There's Ogban. Big run by Paris already. For like 9 yards. He has so much space. Like I've been saying all preseason, Paris is just different. With Ryan's loss, I think that Paris are the best team in the league. I think it's a controversial one. Well, the fourth quarters yesterday were kind of mad. We had the Raiders just continuing to ruin the Dragons. Which they got to look at what they're doing. Like, the offensive lines to the bottom 4 or 5 teams are just so poor. Oh, fumble. Oh, no! Oh, it's a touchdown for the fucking Galaxy. Oh my gosh. Oh, fumbled the handoff. Scoop and score by oh, who is that? It's the linebacker. I can't remember his name now. 53. Let me check on the Wikipedia. That's so unfortunate. Just a Ugman just fumbles a handoff. Scoop and score as easy as you like. Oh my goodness. What a way to concede the first points. Daniel Josiah, of course it is. Oh my goodness. Right, okay, so so we had a 4-and-out by Frankfurt, a good run by Paris, and then a fumble in the next play that went for a touchdown. And then Rimmer's a very good kicker, so he'll be fine. Looks to be good. Yep, so 7-0. Wow. Wow, okay. Alright. Yeah, this wasn't what I expected. This wasn't what I expected at all. Bloody hell. Okay, so now Paris get another chance on the ball. Oh my goodness, I'm like blown away. Well, let's see how they respond. We've had a lot of fumbles already in this league. Like the Andronas fumbled the ball a lot. I think they've had like 4 or 5 fumbles in the first 2 games. No, I think it's 5. Milan have had a bunch of fumbles. There's the ultras for the Musketeers. I think it's so sick to have ultras. Like, for even this small of a league. So cool. Because Milan have a couple, but they don't really have that big of a crowd. Then Paris look like they've got a good few thousand people. Alright, France's second time on offense. What a start. What a start. Because obviously we watched yesterday's game with Milan and Heltovic. That was a slow burner. Forward out punt and flag. Yeah, that sounds about right for the Enthroners. Of course, they got their homegrown Q in. Did Denmark Heath just take the punt return? Denmark Heath just took the punt return. He's a linebacker. He just took the punt return. I think Berlin are going to walk all over the Enthroners. I think it'll be a 40 point game. Interesting, cool. Keep it with the run. It does look like they've got a few holes and a few spaces for the run. Zach hasn't thrown a ball yet. Three runs by Ugman. You see Austin Mitchell get involved. 40. Yeah. Honestly though, like Aaron Jackson is that good of a receiver. Robin Vilcek is elite. Their defense is really good. And the Enthroners are without their starting quarterback. And I love Robitaille. I think Robitaille will be fine. But apart from that, they haven't really got much going on for them in that team. Here's Zach's first pass. Just over the middle to Austin. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh my god, we've got another fumble. Oh my god, what's going on? Oh no. I think I've cursed the Musketeers. Oh my god, 2 possessions, 2 fumbles. So he throws over the middle to Austin Mitchell, who takes about 4 or 5 steps. And then the ball comes out. Oh my god. So he got 2 possessions and 2 fumbles. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. I mean, I didn't see this coming. Oh my goodness. Right, so now second look at Frankfurt. You know, they're still on a 33, so they've got a bit of distance to go. Paris aren't just going to let them score. Platzgummer. I hope to see a bit more Platzcomber in this game. He didn't have much in his debut with the Galaxy. He's coming off a big leg injury, so might take him a while to warm up. So, she's 2 turnovers already for the Paris Musketeers. Right, Luke's going to take a shot. Incomplete. Alright, 3rd and 9. Frankfurt's offense isn't looking... We haven't seen too much of it, but we haven't seen, you know, connecting so far. But it's better than having 2 fumbles and 2 drives, that's for sure. It's also just a really good defensive play. Alright, 3rd and 9. Big one. Paris, like, coverage-wise, look really good. Like, defensively, I think they'll be fine. It's just, can the offense not fumble the ball? Because that's a great defensive play there by Kilani. Is that Kilani? Might have been Kilani. Couldn't tell, he was on his back. Okay, 4th and 9 are going to kick a field goal, get 10 points if they make it, which, given Rimmler is one of the best kickers in the league, I would assume that they're going to. It's been a wild start to this game. Kicks up. No good? Can't see the... No good! Oh my god. This kicking in the league is so far has been poor as well, man. Like, we had Milano miss, 3 field goals. Rimmler, who's one of the best kickers, it just went wide left. Right, the kicking has been very poor in the league, and I don't really understand how. Now we have so many, you know, soccer players. You'd think if you had a kick, but it's not the case. Right, so they get away with that. Massively get away with that fumble. Paris need to have some kind of drive here. You know, at least something. Just something without turnovers. Can't have 2 drives and 2 turnovers. That's great to see a Madden arena for love. I hate the look. Yeah, I like the Thunder. I think it's kind of like a lot of teams are just rocking with red and blue, and then black or white as a secondary. I mean, all of them. I think apart from, does every team have black or does every team have red or blue or purple? I think they might do. So there's not much creativity with the color schemes of the league, but Berlin. Black and red I think looks good. I think the white and red looks good. It's clean, it works. I'm not a massive fan of the logo, just because it's so big and like it's hard to fit onto graphics. But yeah, I don't mind the Berlin Thunder. They've had the same team for years too. Like, they've had Aaron Jackson for a couple of years. They've obviously got Sullivan in rather than they had Slade Jarman and Donovan Isom last year. Yeah, you would be an A. I would be an E in the league. But you never know. There's an NFL kicker that counts as a homegrown. So you never know. That's a Berlin kicker, actually, funny enough. He played for the Lions, but he counts as a homegrown. That got a few people riled up. Because he probably shouldn't have been. But back in the days of the old ELF, they had like 8 imports. So a lot of people did have E kickers. Ooh, Edwards spins out of it. Oh my god, Edwards. How the hell did he get out of that? 3rd and 9. He's got about 5 Galaxy players on him. Somehow spins out of it and runs like a 15-yard gain. That was incredible. That was insane. That was very impressive. So he extends a drive with his legs. think that's the X factor with him. That he's just so good with his legs. Alright, Paris. Cross the halfway line. Haven't fumbled the ball in a few plays. Edwards looking over the middle. There's Austin Mitchell. There we go. They're starting to move in a little bit more now. Austin Mitchell, of course, fumbled the ball earlier. He seems like a guy who's just willing to take the yardage, though. He could have went out of bounds, but tried to turn back upfield and did get a good 4 or 5 extra yards out of it. So he's a savage. He's a serious savage. Alright, 21-yard line. Hand off to Allman, maybe gets 2 or 3. I haven't seen MaximeLePihif come into the backfield just yet. He's an elite blocking back as well. For a linebacker, obviously he's going to be big and physical, so it's hard to really, you put him in a backfield. It's like having an elite level athlete fullback. It's pretty something. Alright, here they go. They're moving a little bit more now. They're getting a lot more comfortable than they were the first 2 drives. Good to see that the fumbles didn't affect them that much. Another short gain. Maybe 2 or 3. They're getting there. Well, let's see. Where's actually Mahanwu playing? I haven't seen Mahanwu yet. Hopefully he's not hurt. Oh no, not a field goal. I'm always very skeptical with field goals, given what we've seen. It looks like Anthony's not playing at the moment. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Typical, innit? Oh my goodness. Like I don't understand how how bad the field goal units have been. So many blocks. And the Throners are a good team when it comes to field goal blocks. So they blocked, what, 3 or 4 from Cologne? It just seems like every time a team gets in field goal range, just like, well, I mean, they're probably not going to get it. Do we have field goal percentages? Let me have a look on the year left stats if we actually have field goal statistics from the first week or so. See, Paris have called a timeout, so we've got a minute. I'm not sure if we will. We still don't really have receiving stats, so I'm not sure if we'll have kicking stats. But that would be easier to track, you'd think. So. Okay, they do have kicking stats. Yeah, so Vienna and Voslav were the best kickers. I think everyone kind of already knew that. Schlom with the Sea Devils. But Felly actually was pretty good until last week. Alright. Oh, off the hands. If he just held on there, it would have been a touchdown, but off the hands of the French receiver. Oh, botch snap. Like, yeah, I mean, even there, you know what I mean? Like, the blocking's poor, the snap support, the kick support, and then one of them is surely going to come in. It's actually more rare to see it all just come together at this point. Alright, so we actually have a field goal now too for Paris. It's up and not sure. People are celebrating on both sides. It's good! We got a successful kick. It's good. Not drinking gin today. I know that somewhere Jamal probably is. Somewhere Jamal's probably a bottle down after watching the Hell of It game. Because, man, that was a tough watch. Alright, so field goal on the board. 3 possessions, 1 field goal, 2 fumbles. You know, not the ideal start, but yeah, if you're gonna turn over the ball, you might as well do it at the start of the game rather than at the end. So at least they're getting over and done with, I suppose. It's like the silver lining of it all. But the field goal like percentages are like okay. That's the thing. Like I'm not sure how many. Oh, this is like total. No, this is from last season. They don't have. Do they have this year? Also the return. Not much out of that one, but okay, so they don't really have updated kick statistics. I think this is probably from like week 1 or week 2. There's not really much going on now. Yeah, Jamal's hurting, man. Jamal was, yeah. I watched that the reaction one, and he was just like, "We're coming off a bye week as well." Like just at the end, he was like, "We're coming off a bye week." I was like, "There's Jamal." There he is. Luke's already bleeding on his arm. Can we do that white sleeve? Right, here's Platzgummer. Stuffed. Platzgummer takes a lot of damage. Like, Platzgummer gets hit a lot, and he gets hit hard. He got his leg swiped there, and then he got hit by, I think, Mamadou, who is like a big, big D tackle. Right, here we go again. Second and probably 10, just short. Oh, Markel gets a good gain. Yeah, that Markel's just the X factor for everyone. I think you could probably put Markel on Milan again, and he would have like a lot of success. I mean, he did have a lot of success when he was in Milan. But he's just so good. He beats Chandler Jones. Yeah, again, fake handoff. Luke getting a little bit of pressure, but he's going to run out. He's dangerous with his leg. Oh, he trucked someone. He trucked Dawson Dales. Holy shit, he trucked Dawson Dales. Yeah, Luke's dangerous with the run. Like, he's 6'5", 220, 230. Gets the pressure from the interior. Takes off. Trucks Dawson Dales. Slides a little earlier and he could have gone an extra couple yards, but I guess he's just being safe, so it makes sense. But yeah, that was brutal. That's an all-year left linebacker. Pitch out to Sandro, he's got a bit of space. And Paris are hustling to the ball. Like, the Paris defense does look good at the moment, you know, apart from a couple chunk plays in Markel and with Luke's run, but overall, Saeed with a good low tackle. False start by Sandro. If you want to watch the Enthroners, then you can watch it without Game Pass. But I'm not surprised, man. You got 63 put on your team yesterday. I'm sure you're not feeling good. Only about 15-yard return, jeez. Yeah, Aaron Jackson's a dangerous returner. Aaron Jackson might be the second best returner, obviously behind Devin. Draw play. There's Sandro. That's what we wanted to see. Are they playing Beard at safety? I'm not sure about playing Beard at safety. I'm sure he can. It's just I think that he's probably better off as a zonal corner. I can't tell at the moment. Yeah, they're playing him at safety. I don't understand that choice. Saeed's good, but I would Probably I'd rather have Beard on Kea. Like Kevin Kea is a lengthy, athletic, jump ball player with good hands. And like you could put Marcelo on him is a very similar size. Yeah, man, you watching the game? Because it's been a weird one. Paris had 2 fumbles in the first 2 drives. They conceded a touchdown on one of those fumbles, just a scoop and score from Josiah. Came down, fumbled again, just on a catch by Austin Mitchell. Field goal was missed. It's been an eventful game so far. Already. Well, NYC, that's probably what, like, the 6 hours behind? Probably like 6 a.m. Yeah, I respect the grind, for real. Absolutely respect the grind. See, I'm on a little bit different times to the Europeans, so I'm only an hour behind, so it's actually probably easier for me. I'm not up as late. Paris is a timeout. They've done an official review, but I can't really see what they're doing for. So that's actually a little bit later than I thought it would be. Let's forget how New York and Bristol are actually in line geographically. So, you know, twinning. Okay. I'd much rather see Beard at corner, Kalani at safety, and Saeed is good, but they're not playing. Are they missing an American? I play Kenny Florette at safety probably, or Flore. Unless they're playing Kalani in the slot, which they might be doing. Yeah, that's fair. I'm a Patriots fan just because of the New England connection. Um, so yeah, I started getting into American football when I was about 14, 15, so 2014, 2015. So I lived the high life, and got used to that, and now we suck. So, right, Frankfurt punted. It's a really good punt. It's gonna go inside the 10. Yeah, league is great. I love this league. I think I much prefer watching the ELF to like college football, the NFL, most of the time. Obviously, you see a lot better football in the NFL, of course, but sometimes in the NFL, it's the athletes and the coaches and everything is so perfect that there really isn't much room for mistakes. Whereas in Europe, they're not as they're not NFL athletes. Hey, Khaled, Bristol and New York, they're in line. They're connected. That's why the Titanic went between like Southampton to Bristol to New York. I know my Bristol history, man. Right, Paris are inside their own 10. They're committed to the run. They just need to keep hold of the ball. Which they have not done. They've been quite unlucky with those fumbles, though, to be fair. Bristol has a lot of Banksy's from Bristol, so a lot of Banksy's work is in Bristol. It's obviously on the harbour side. I like it. I very much like Bristol. And a lot of the Americans that do come here enjoy it too. Obviously, Jadrian, Jason Masusage over in the Unicorns. AJ Mealing over in Potsdam. Good run there by Paris. Get first down. Yeah, all the Americans that come here say how much they like it. But I liked Vienna. Vienna is definitely my favourite city I've ever visited. Right. Paris getting a little bit more space now. It's a lot smaller than New York City, though. It's very much smaller. Right, Edwards, bit of space. Oh, good play. Catch over the middle. It's about 20-yard gain. I mean, look, can't see the name. It's what a rotationary receivers. Oh, let's take it down. Of course it is. But yeah, no Mahonwu though. I've been to Barcelona when I was younger, you know. But field goal attempt for Berlin is good. So that's what, 3-0? Because they had a blocked one, and then the Andronas, I'm imagining, aren't scoring too much. There's another run for a couple. Yeah, I've only been to Barcelona once. It was good while I was there, but I was, this is like a secondary school thing. This is the 0th quarter. 3 minutes. I'm surprised it's that low, honestly. I thought Berlin would be cakewalking that. Because the Andronas have a weird alignment with their Americans. They went so heavy on the D-line, which no other team have got. Thunder have a D-line American. So do the Dragons. Exact. And who else? The Cologne have an interior. They have Will Lydell, the interior defensive lineman. He's American. And that's pretty much it. Like, there are not very many American defensive linemen. But the Andronas have 2 of them. So, they really went for it. Has it worked? No. I don't think they're anywhere near the top of the sack leaderboards. Right. So that's kind of surprising. I thought Sullivan would be able to get it done in the red zone. Sullivan is... trying to think of like a comparison. I think that he's a good quarterback. I'm not sure if I would pick him as a championship contender. Oh, here's Zach taking a shot. Oh, it's cool. Who's that? Is that Theradown? Take it down again. He's been all over. They're without Mahonwu, but he's been good. Russian's been great. It's can't finish in a red zone. I'm surprised by that too. Berlin have historically not had a good run game. Because they have Ali Khalifi, who is a former Offensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year. And he's got negative yardage through 2 weeks of rushing. I don't know how that happens. You have someone who was so good in their rookie year just not really get used in the second. Not much there for the Denmark. He's back at running back. Yeah, 2 field goal. Well, 1 field goal missed, 1 field goal made. I am surprised that Berlin aren't getting that done. I think that's the end of the first quarter as well. I've just noticed I put Denmark Heath. I've put I've put an A in there accidentally. I apologise, Jordan. That was not intentional. But I can't change it now, but do apologise. So it's the end of the first quarter, 7-3. Multiple turnovers for Paris. Frankfurt not got the most going for him at the moment. They haven't scored offensively yet. They've obviously missed a field goal. They haven't really looked that great offensively, either team. Paris are starting to move, but those 2 early turnovers have really dampened kind of the expectation. Let me check in with those. I probably should get I want to see the Vienna Panthers. I need to see that score as well at some point. I'll probably do that at halftime. Because Ben Holmes is out. Which I know somewhere Alex is sad about Ben Holmes being out. In the Paris game it's 7-3. I'm not sure about Vienna and Wroclaw, but 7-3 for Frankfurt. Just starting the second quarter. They're getting a couple runs together, but nothing really too explosive for runs. A couple early for 7-8-9, but Frankfurt seem to have adjusted quite well. They're inside the red zone too. That rush has gone into the red zone. That's about 3rd and 4, sorry. It was going to pass. A lot of pressure, but he finds... Oh, MaximeLePihif. That was a great little play design. That was a really good play design. Oof. So, just so I can explain, let me just watch a replay, but I'm pretty sure they felt the pressure. So they sent Jordan MaximeLePihif as a running back, who is a natural linebacker, had him in a running back just to seam up the middle. Yeah, it was. Oh, that's such a nice play. So he sent a blitz, seam up the middle from the running back. Easy completion. Runs it in for the touchdown. So join us on the TV, listen to you. Thank you very much. Setting up the weekly plan for the family. I can respect that, because you're in Germany, right? You're living in Germany? You got a German wife? Oh, they missed the PAT too, so it's 9-7. It must be quite a culture shock going from Oregon to Germany. It's quite a difference. Oregon, very scenic, very, it's northwest, very windy, very rainy. Germany, it's quite humid in some parts of it with like lots of pressure. Central, I guess it depends on where you are in Germany, but Oregon's a lot more like UK weather. Grey and windy and rainy. Right, Hamburg. Frankfurt. I keep saying Hamburg. I got Hamburg on the mind. I don't really know why. I think it's because I'm kind of interested to see how they'll do against Cologne. That's a matchup I'm like really excited to see. It seems like there's a lot more fans have just come in at the second quarter. Right, Frankfurt have got the kick. Not bad return, back to 34. Shoot, had a good beer. Kind of sounds like the UK, honestly. I'm not a beer guy, I'm a gin drinker. As a Brit, I feel like you're obligated to either drink gin or like beer. And then where I'm from, it's cider. Cider's a big thing in the southwest. But one thing Germans do is make damn good beer. Even me, who doesn't like it, could appreciate. Right, Galaxy. Starting at about 34-yard line. Just quick pass out. Trying to get KO involved. He's been surprised. I didn't think that Kevin K would be as effective as he's been. I thought he would be fine. I was just skeptical because he didn't play that much in the CFL. With the Carabins, he was more of like a deep threat guy. Like a couple catches a game, but just more of like jump balls. But he's been a lot more effective. Because there's so little tape on him. You could CFL tape and he didn't play that much. So he didn't play for a couple of years. So the most I could really find was like old Carabin stuff from college. Throwing it again to Kaya. Apfelstrudel. Yes, I do know. Yeah. I do know what that is. Carbonated apple juice. It's like appetizer. Damn, that's kind of badass. Appetizer and dark rum. Jeez. I might have to try that out. I never would have put that combination together. Like secret juice. I think I do drink a lot of gin with apple juice. And I tend to. If I drink with lemonade or like with, I don't like tonic, but if I have a lemonade, my throat. Ooh, pick! Oh my god! Is that Chandler Jones? Chandler Jones down to like the 20-yard line. So first turnover for the Galaxy. So they throw the ball, slant inside, I think it's to Markel. Chandler Jones just cuts the route off, gets in front of the ball. Oh, it's all going on. This game has been exactly what we hoped it would be. Let's have a look at that replay. So yeah, Luke looks left, tries a quick throw. Chandler Jones just cuts into other route. Gets a couple blocks. Able to run a good amount of yardage before getting pushed out of bounds by the running back Santos. Alright, so Parr's now back on the ball. Time out on the play. Just before. Oh my goodness. So it's all going on now. Because Luke, you know, he did throw a lot of picks last season. He threw 14. He led the league. And then Zach was second in the league for interceptions. But, you know, Zach does look a lot more improved this season. He has not thrown a pick yet, I want to say. So he looks improved, but Luke, a pick against Fire, a pick against Paris. Now, this was the big thing that I said about in the preseason was, you know, can Luke lead a team to a championship? And I said no. A lot of other people said yes. Frankfurt thought yes and really were heavy on it. From people I talked to within the organization, they were heavy on he was the guy that can win it for him. Here's Edwards, takes a hit. Oh, what a play. Gavin Mwamba, just too physical, too big. That's another dime by Edwards. He looks phenomenal. He looks so much improved under pressure. Last year he was so skittish under pressure. This year he just took the time, delivered the ball while getting hit. Just a play action, scans left, throws it over the middle to like some kind of, I'm not sure if it's a post, can't really see the route, but Kevin Wamba just too big, too physical. And he got hit and he just stayed in the pocket and delivered that ball. Perfect pass. Right, another kick. Are they going to make it? No. Does not look they have. No referee calls so far. But Paris don't seem to be celebrating. So I'm assuming they missed. So many missed kicks. I've talked about it so many times. I'm not going to harp on it. But oh my god. Like, can we get some made kicks? So many points have been left on the field in the first couple of weeks just from missed kicks. But bloody hell, we've had what a start. What a start to this game. It's now 15-7, which is an odd scoreline. Not something you see every day. Still a one possession game though. Still like that kick, those missed PATs could really come to bite them because it's still only an 8-point game. But Frankfurt yet to score offensively. They haven't really got close to scoring offensively because the fumble recovery inside the 30, they still missed that field goal. And Droners yet struggling in the res zone again. Like Thunder play up and down massively to competition. Like they played up to Prague. When Prague played well, Thunder played well. But then when Droners play like shit, or, you know, if they play like shit, which I'm, you know, assuming they are, if they haven't scored yet, then the Thunder will play like shit. They're like they're kind of like the Steelers of the ELF, you know what I mean? Hey, hello, Jamal. Dead inside, I feel that. Yeah, I imagine you're not doing too good. But yeah, actually, amazing though. I was just saying how much better he looks under pressure compared to last year. Because this is the two quarterbacks with the most interceptions last season. And Zaradka doesn't look like he's fixed that part of his game, whereas Luke looks like he has. I don't think he needs any more booze, Marcus. Like yeah, maybe save that one to next week. Just give his liver a kick in. Who they got next week? They got a couple easy games. I think isn't it the Barcelona rematch next week for Heltwig? Right, pitch out to Sandro, flags, but Sandro gets a hurdle, but then lands so hard. That's what I was saying about. He takes so much damage. Yeah, Luke looks great. The fumbles weren't his fault. Naturally, a botched, running back handoff, and then he threw the ball and the receiver fumbled it. So those turnovers aren't on Zach. Ooh. Yeah, let me have a quick look while they discuss this flag, because I know we went through it yesterday. It's a Dragons rematch, and it's the Raiders afterwards. It's the week afterwards. So you got the Dragons next, which will be very, very revealing, I think, because the Milano game was so in their pocket. Like, they easily could have won that game, and they also could have won the Dragons game. So this rematch will be very important for him. Decent run, but it looks like Leon. Was that Leon Helms? No, Sandro Platzkummer again. Sandro getting a little bit more carries, but you got a chance. You got a chance. Like at 0-2, you've got a Dragons game in which you lost by 4? Was it 23-19? So you lost by 4 to the Dragons. A couple extra, but the offensive line looks worse, honestly. The Dragons have a better defensive line than Paris do, and than Milan do, and you struggled with both. And then you got the Raiders, who I know I'm like 99% sure I know who the Raiders are going to sign as their quarterback. And if it is who I think it is, I don't think that Heltwig are going to win. Other than just the quarterback, but just in general. And then you got the Surge, which is just like no. And then the rematch with Milan. So you got 4 games. In the next 4 games, they could potentially pick up 2 wins. They won't pick any wins up after that, but they could finish with a 2-10. I think 2-10 or 0-12 is a realistic expectation. This is Kaya again on 3rd and 2 gets the necessary yardage. Like I think 2-10 is the realistic one, and then the Surge. I actually want to look at the Surge schedule as well, because they are absolutely contenders. I know why. They've just signed Raheem Wilson. Yeah. I would probably gamble on them. Not. I think they'll get 1. They'll beat Milan or they'll beat Barca. I don't think they'll beat both. Right, 1st and 10, ball's high to Strauman, but he got the ball. You don't see Nico Strauman in the news as much in the last couple again. They're only 2 weeks in, but haven't seen a bunch of Nico Strauman just yet. Yeah, the Surge just got Raheem Wilson. He's played like 45 games. 45 games in the CFL, like 45 starts in the CFL. So he's a legit baller. And then they have some of the best homegrown players in the league. That's cool. That's very cool. I wish I could go to some of these games, man. Oh, Kea. Good gain of about 15. I do wish I could come to some of these games. Like, that would be obviously I'm in the UK, so it's not exactly easy. And no teams offered to fly me out. Shocking, I know. So, I haven't been able to go to any of the games yet, but I would like to at some point. Maybe next year, maybe this year, who knows. Sure, it might happen. I reckon I should be invited to the championship game. You know, that's just what I'm saying. Alright, Paris can go to heavy line. No one in the backfield with Luke. It's a short screen to Kaya. Gets a good 5 out of it. Good play. Yeah, the Surge. They've got a hard schedule too. They really don't have that much for a schedule. You can't see like their actual full schedule. I don't think they've got a post up about it, but yeah, sadly, man, I can't find my way to Germany. It's kind of a tough one for me. It's a expensive ride, but I do appreciate the offer. That would be awesome. One day we'll hook it up. One day. Is Luke's gonna run again for the first a little bit more? Luke's another one of those dangerously running quarterbacks. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but he's so big. And when I was doing like looking at the Milan roster from last year and watching some of this stuff from 2021, I was like, they need to like protect him a little bit more because he takes a lot of damage, but he's been sliding a lot more. Hey, that's cause for celebration. I'm guessing it was Robitaille. Oh, Zarad gets pressured. He's going to throw up a prayer out of bounds. Probably for the best. He has huge arms. He can kind of just get away with doing stuff like that. He looks beefier than he did last year too. Almost minutes at 40. It's a celebration when the Enthroners get near a score. Scored a couple times. You know, they have defensive ability to score. Rodion is one of the best playmakers in the position. Robitaille is another great playmaker. Luke going out to Kai again. Looks like Kai's going to be a really big part of this offense this week, because last week it was Markel a lot, which makes sense. Like, he's phenomenal. But they've gone to Kai a lot. Maybe they're picking on Saeed. They must have seen something on tape. But it's 3rd and 2. I won't be surprised if we saw another short screen or just a short out by Kaya again. Because the last time they threw to Markel, I'm pretty sure it was that pick. So, but heavy backfield, maybe a run. Yeah, run. Nothing though. Didn't get the first. Maybe another yard. 4th and 1. I think you got to punt this though. It's too risky. Too risky. That's a big thing coming into this year. I wasn't completely sold on the interior line of Frankfurt. Now, Steven Nilsson is an excellent tackle, stud. But the interior, I thought, was not neglected, but just not as high level as some of their other counterparts. 4 stars. They have used Sandro. It's just that Sandro hasn't looked as explosive. Obviously, he's coming off a major ACL injury, so like, fair enough. I think he has an ACL, a knee injury, a major knee injury. But they've used him a little bit. He just takes so much damage. Yeah, they got him playing left tackle, and then they've got Steven playing right tackle, which is a bit of a surprise. So you have your best tackle playing on the right. Usually is the left, just for the blind side. But it looks like they might be playing Nielsen now at guard for this 4th and 1. Now Nielsen's a spectacular offensive lineman. Like, I think he played 14 games in the CFL just a couple of years back, and then chose to come back to Europe. But it looks like they're going to play. Yeah, they're going to play Nielsen at guard here for this 4th down and 1. They're going to try and sneak it. Looks like he got it pretty convincingly. Luke's like a sneak merchant too, because he's just so big. He's like 6'5", so he can just kind of reach an arm over, and usually he'll be able to get the first down out of it. I do miss the camo greens already there. The camo greens for Frankfurt were they've warmed on me. I wasn't so sure at the start. They've warmed on me. I'm gonna have some Swiss chocolate, Jamal, just to try and cheer you up. Show my support for the mercenaries, even though they haven't been doing too great. Flag on a play. Nothing on that run anyway. Odd. Ineligible receivers on a punt. There's a big difference between Europe and America. Just the ref standards are a lot different as well. But again, ineligible receiver on a punt is actually quite impressive. This happened for 2 times in a row. Right. Galaxy getting a little bit. Yeah, Silas was a member of the guards. Oh, good catch over the middle. There's Sham. He's going to go for a big gain. It's about 20-30 yards and a catch and run there by Nicholas Shum. I think it was Nicholas Shum. Yeah, I guess you could get plural guards. Yeah, he was so good. I think when I did a piece about the team, I'm pretty positive he counted for 52% of their yards on his own, because he threw, he ran, and he received, and he counted for 52% of the yards, which I think is the most for any team, maybe except for someone like Madre London. Just a deep ball up for Castle. Too strong, too big. On Chandler Jones too. Michael's a savage, man. So he's now scored. He's still maintaining the dominance he had in the first year. That was a great. Let's have a look at that. It kind of caught me off guard. So they just literally a rainbow ball up to and on Chandler Jones. He's just too strong. His hands are too good. So it's now 13-15. They're going to go for a PAT rather than going for the 2 point to tie it up, which is an interesting approach. Looks fine. Yep, so the kick's good. I think, yeah, I mean, I have people I like in all the teams, so I'm good with it. But, you know, whoever floats your boat, man, support who you like. There's teams that I like less, for sure. There's teams that I like more, obviously. I won't say I have a favourite team. I usually support whoever I've like met the most through like being in the Bullets in Bristol or talked to online. I have a tendency to support those guys a lot more. I support a lot more individuals than the teams. Because I've done like unofficial work for a lot of the teams as well, so if they need help finding certain players. So 14-15. An odd scoreline due to missed kicks and missed field goals and pick sixes or fumble sixes rather. Just 5 minutes 20 left of the first half. We've had some beautiful throws by both quarterbacks. We've had defensive plays by both defenses. Now Paris got 5.5 minutes I can likely see them trying to take a lot of that clock off and then just go in and try and score with the last few minutes. I don't think they really want them to be on the ball again. So follow with new coins. I'm stuck on Surge. That's fair enough. Yeah, I can understand that. People, the Surge are really good too, so it's kind of a good team to support. And they're going to be good for years. Newman's an excellent coach. Was it Robin or was it Jackson? It's got to be one of them. Oh, here's Edwards again. Timeout by Galaxy? That seems a little bit... Oh, challenge by Galaxy? Or maybe that's just the ticker not working. There wasn't anything to challenge, so I'm assuming it wasn't a challenge. Because nothing happened. Yeah, Nick... I didn't know he was from Oregon. Nick's from Oregon? Should probably know that, but... I'm not sure what happened here with the refs. Oh, they're challenging a kick. That seems a bit pedantic. Oh, so the Galaxy are challenging things that... yeah, I mean, that's pretty damn cool. A lot of people from Oregon that I didn't know were from Oregon. I don't think there's any players in Oregon from this team in Galaxy and Musketeers, but I might be right. 70, yeah, okay, that seems to make sense. I said 40, kind of getting there. Seems like Berlin are getting a little bit more momentum. Let's have a look at the Vikings score too. I'll have a look at that. I'll use the ELF app. I'll see if that's working today. Hopefully is. Not coming up with any score, which is helpful, but it does come up with a Berlin score. It's not come up with the Paris score yet either. But I'll tune into that one at the halftime just to see what's that. Alright, so that was the most useless challenge I have ever seen in my entire life. Good run there by Ogman. I think they're going to start trying to formulate the run, take the time off the clock. Don't want to get Galaxy too much time on the ball because they've actually looked like they've improved a little bit on every offensive drive. Kind of like how the Surge did. The Surge aren't playing this week. No, Surge played last week. Surge on a bye. But the German teams do have a distinct disadvantage when it comes to like the talent on the field because there's just so many German teams. Like Surge, Fire, Munich, all really strong contenders, and have to split the German talent out 3 ways. Whereas Paris, you have all the French talent. I think they could kind of either way. You know, you've got Milan that also could have all the Italian talent. They don't. There also aren't very many French players playing outside of Paris, which is quite interesting. QB rushing for first down. Jeez. Yeah, I think he played a bit last year. And he was actually alright when they put him in. He plugged and played pretty well. Another run, but not much. The dangerous third down territory. The longest rushes by their quarterback. That is not a good sign. Sacramento right tackle. Oh man, you didn't watch my Brazilian video, Jamal. You gotta watch my Brazilian video, man. I talked all about Polly. Yeah, he's awesome. He's one of the best. He's one of the best athletic offensive linemen in the league. I talked to the people within Paris. They really think he's one of the best tackles in the league, which, like, fair. He is really good. Edwards for a first down run. Nice. Yeah, Sacramento's a baller. He's been in the league for a minute. I think that he could be an all-star player this year. He's that good. He's so fast, like, in space. Killer. I talked about him. I talked about Machado Silva. I talked about Otavio. And I talked about... who else did I talk about? In that Brazilian one. It wasn't Suarez. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, but Polly's legit. Polly's legit. He played right tackle for them last year. Is he playing right tackle for them this year? He could play literally across the whole line. Good run. Yeah, they got Thomas. He's one of the best run guards in the league. They got Letman. They got Thomas Felicio. They're playing Camaras. They're not really playing. Are they playing? They're not playing Polly. Or is he? I couldn't see him there. Yeah, Letman's obviously a baller. Played for both Austrian teams. Went to the CFLs. Come back. Felicia is a great pickup. Yeah. Yeah, but Polly he's real good. A serious sleeper offensive lineman. They've taken a lot of time off the clock here though, Paris. Heavily run. That one didn't work so well. They haven't thrown yet on this drive with Zach. So they've taken it all the way down to 2-minute one, and they do have 2 timeouts, so it makes sense. I mean, like I said, man, they had an opportunity to sign they still do. They still do have the opportunity to sign those 2 Nigerian players. And they would count as homegrowns. The team would just have to get them out there, which is, Switzerland's hard to get visas, which I understand. Like, if you can get an IPP Nigerian offensive lineman to come to your team and be a homegrown player, I do not see any reason why you can't do that. If you need a team to win, to make money, so you spend money to make money, spend money to get in these IPP Nigerian offensive linemen, like they can do. They count as homegrowns for this season, maybe not for next year, but for this season they do. He would count as a homegrown. I don't understand why he wouldn't. Even if he's a raw athlete, he's still going to be better than the players they've got now. Remember all these names? Yeah, it's just like weird. It's just, yeah, I'm just I'm not bad at it. Well, I mean, I named that 1,000. Did that 1,000 player stream, and I think I got up to over 400 players without consulting any of my information. I got over half. I think I got like very near the halfway or over halfway before I started using help. Well, I've got like it is currently 15-14 to Paris. Weird one. 2-minute warning. 3rd and 7 at like the 51. So like Paris is 49. Frankfurt's 51. Weird score. Yeah, I'm good with scouting. I spend a lot of time watching these games. It's Edwards, good run, takes a big fall, but he's looks to be alright. Yeah, it's been close. We had a pick. We had 2 fumbles at start. Luke threw a pick that was returned pretty well. Some dimes by Edwards. It's been a close game. It helps when I make videos about these players too. Like, if I make a video about a player, they'll stick in my mind a lot longer. Like Florian LaRoche on this one I've made a video about. It's alright, don't need to be apologetic. You've joined at a good time. There's only 1 minute left of the half. Paris have taken all of the time off. They had 5 minutes left and they've taken 4 of them off, and they're only just getting into Galaxy territory. They do still have 2 timeouts though. I talk with them a lot as well. I think that helps. Some of them I'll talk to every now and then. Me and Edwards have the same birthday, so kind of easy to remember him. He's also really good, so that helps. Take it outside. Did you get that? Not so sure. 1 minute 15 now. They got out of bounds. But I think I do like doing like the players that people don't really know too much about. That are really good. That's why I did the Catsper video, because yeah, he only has 4 catches, 5 catches all year, but he's a damn good player. I did the Florian Lorenz video. I've done a video with the Brazilians just because I wanted to, where I talked about Polly and about Machado and Otavio. But there's a good amount of Brazilians. You've got Gabriel Montagna in Milan. There's a few really good Brazilian players. I wouldn't mind doing something on a couple of the other Brazilians that are playing in a Brazilian league, because the Serie A in Brazil is actually really good. There's like some seriously talented players over there. But Brazil doesn't have a youth team. You got like the GFLJ and the under-19 stuff in Britain and around Europe. Brazil doesn't have an under-19 system. And obviously Brazil is mostly about, football, soccer football, and a lot of MMA. So there really isn't that much opportunity for American football players to come out of it. Yet, they do still have some seriously talented players. At multiple positions too. Like Della Vecchi. He played for the Unicorns, and then he played for the Surge last season. He's an Italian-Brazilian. You've got the the Bologna Warriors safety. He's a Brazilian. Right, Edwards, wide open. Good catch. Alston Mitchell again. On 3rd and 6, great play. Alright, they're going to rush to the line. Still got a minute left. Good bit of play there. They got Tam. They're still moving. 48 seconds left. We're now down to 44 before the snap. Edwards looking right. Just going to throw it out of bounds. Nothing for him there. Stops the clock at 41. They've got 1 timeout. Paris kicking wise, not great. So they might try and take a shot. They got time to be careful here. They don't need to take an immediate shot. Alright, 2nd and 10. Going 5 wide. Frankfurt got a lot of players in coverage too. They're going to send one off the edge. Good play. Deflection by, is that Divine? Yeah, Divine Buckerum. One of my concerns in this game coming in was just how they're going to deal with the slot and the speed of Austin Mitchell. They've done pretty well over there. Because I like Darren a lot, but Darren could be over aggressive. Number 6, Darren Okungagwe. He's one of the better nickels in the league. And there's a play against Paris, actually, funnily enough, last season for Cologne, against Paris. He comes in nickel blitz on the right-hand side. He comes straight through the middle on the A-gap, tries to blow up Edwards, misses. Oh, let me just see this play. Oh, great catch by Sal. So, yeah, he blitzes up the A-gap, tries to lay out Edwards, misses. Edwards then passes the ball out, I think, to Sweet on a drag. Darren gets back up, runs around the offensive line, and then makes the tackle on Kyle Sweet. He's one of the best like defensive hustle players I've ever seen in my entire life. So I was going to make a video on Darren. He was one of the videos I was going to make, but I did a couple of DB videos in a row. So I didn't want to do like all of them, you know. That was just after I did the Dejon Owens and the Ken Hike video. And I was going to do one on Darren, but I didn't want to do like, you know, 3 or 4 DBs in a row. So he got kind of stuck in development hell. I got a lot of the clips for it in the first couple of games too that I was going to use. The overall one was just hyper aggressive, which could be good and bad. He's a good tackler, but he can over pursue. And he struggled with, I think it was inside moves. Like when he was on people like in the slot. Hit when outside release and then came outside, inside release and then came outside. He kind of struggled a lot with that. If my memory serves me correctly, we'll see on this very play as he's on Austin. Oh, Edwards is sacked. The ball came out though. Ball came out. It looks like the referees are calling it a pass. Josiah's played very well in this game. 53. So Edwards gets pressure up the middle. Is get wrapped up. Oh, is that a fumble? Yeah, that wasn't a great play by Zach there. That was it? I think they're gonna call that fumble. Looks like they are. Hell of a play though, Josiah though. He's got a forced fumble and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. That's incredible. Yeah, that wasn't a good play by Zach though. You are right. That was not the best decision making. Gave a lot of Josiah. That's what he played really, really well. I thought coming in, he would be the guy to replace Silva Gomez. And that does seem to be the case. But Silva Gomez is just an incredible linebacker in his own right. He's just retired. And then they lost Nasri to the Ravens, who I think is one of the very few French players that's playing outside of Paris. And Tony Anderson. Tony Anderson isn't playing inside of Paris, and he's French. Is that it? I think that might be it. They're taking their time with deciding what they're going to do. They're obviously going to kneel the ball. There's only 8 seconds left, but they haven't yet done the kneel. Yeah, massive. Now that could be game deciding. It really could be game deciding. I'll check into the other games too while they're doing a halftime break. But I'll see them do the kneel just in case we see some tricky shit. You never know. Fake kneel happens before. It'll be unorthodox, but it's happened before. I need to get some ELF merch too. I need teams to start sending me ELF merch. You've got stuff from the mercenaries, haven't you, Jamal? Or maybe from the guards? Why are they not just kneeling the ball? They're taking long to decide what they want to do. There we go. Weird stoppage. I don't know why it took them that long to figure that one out. But kneel here is expected. There we go. So, halftime. 14 to the Galaxy, 15 to the Musketeers. I'm going to check into the Enthroners game, see if that one's still at halftime. Okay, oh yeah, joined at a good time. I've joined at a good time. So the Enthroners are in the red zone. How the hell did this happen? Third and goal. run up the middle was nothing. Well, we could have seen them throw this field goal. They could cut the deficit down. How the hell did they get into the red zone? That's quite impressive, actually. The Berlin defense is no joke. I know Voslav picked them apart, but I mean the Panthers are good in their own right. I think I've nailed Voslav too. I think I've now officially will stop calling him Roklaw, Voslav. I think I've got that now right. No one in the comment section of the Kacper video was mad at the way I was saying pronunciations of Polish names, so I'm going to assume that was a win. I do like Berlin Stadium too. It would be nice if it was a bit more full, but... Alright, we can have a field goal here. It's pretty close. Feel like distance-wise. Could see them throwing a score here. That'd be kind of different. Reasonable. I'm terrified of insects, so you're a bigger man than I am. Join me in the middle. It's halftime in the Paris game, but the Andronos are about to kick a field goal. I want to see him do it. Oh, flags. Yeah, I'm watching that one now during the halftime of the Frankfurt game and the Paris game. It ended 14-15 at halftime. Zach Edwards got pressured with 8 seconds left, tried to throw the ball out while he was getting sacked, and he fumbled it. It was a poor play. Like the Enthroners jerseys are actually clean. I will die on the hill that the Enthroners have one of the better jerseys in the league. I think it's really good. It's just simple, but it works. I didn't really catch what the ref was saying there. They're going to still kick the field goal. Come on, Enthroners. It's Mount will come back. Come on. Kicks up. Kick looks good. There we go. The Enthroners have done it. Let's check into Vienna and Voslav. I've joined in the middle of an ad break. That's unfortunate. Oh, some highlights just in time for the highlights. Right, Duncan steps back. Bit of pressure, scrambles out. Is that Kacper? Fuck yeah! He got a touchdown. Oh, I made the video about him and then he scored the very next game. I'm proud of him, man. I'm happy for him. Oh, that's good. I like that. I like how he's got a score on the board now. It's like David and Adams have been running a muck. Reese Horn back in purple. It's unfortunate that Hafsa. That was a dime by the backup quarterback, man. That was a serious dime. That was a really good fucking throw. Yeah, man. I mean, you know him, Khaled. You played with him in the academy, right? Like, he's a baller. And he did so well in that first year. And obviously the whole point of that intro of the video was, like, how good the team is, like, around him. Oh man, I literally checked out. Let me go back onto that game. I might catch the replay. Was it Jackson again? Yeah, of course it is. Oh, there we go. Replay. Right, Jackson. He might get Special Teams Player of the Year, you know, because I don't think Devon's got one yet. And Jackson's got 2. So avoids 1 tackle. Turns back. That's insane. Like, look at the bend and the movement that he has. And the balance. Oh my god, that's one of the... Fuck, that's disgusting. And then the stiff arm. And then another broken tackle. That might be the best return that we've ever had. Now, that generally might be the best return that we've ever had in the 11. The man's just... He's unguardable. The kick's shit, obviously. Obviously. Because why would you finish a score off with a kick? Nah, I ain't doing that. I like the sponsorships on that Berlin jersey. There's more of them. I am such a sucker for like lots of sponsorships in a jersey. I think it looks so good. Yes, he goes right. Oh my god! And then he comes back left. Break a tackle. Break another tackle. Regain the balance. Break another tackle. Stiff arm. Break another tackle. And then just waltzes in. Bloody hell, Aaron Jackson. That is incredible. I don't think I've talked to Aaron before, but that is... I might have to message him just off of that and be like, damn. It's a pretty special play. Let's go back to the Vikings, see if they're still... Are they lining up for the kick, I think? Let's go back to Paris, make sure they're not kicked off. Yeah, they're still not out for anything yet, so we're all good. Right, so Vikings and Panthers are coming out for the second half. So Jackson has two punt return or two kick returns. Devon had 5 last year. I'm pretty positive. Let me double check that one. Yeah, so Jackson's already equaled his touchdown numbers from last year. And he only has to get, I say only, 3 kick returns to tie up with Devon. Of like the most in a single season. And it's week 3. But Devon's got a kick return now. Not quite. That would have been great timing. I actually think it was Bender that got the return. Yeah, I don't get that decision either. I'm a little bit confused of why Devon isn't getting sole kick return duties. Like, he was Special Teams Player of the Year. He had 7 return touchdowns and nearly 2,000 return yards. And they got him split in returns with Bender. I don't know, man. It's a bit confusing. It's a bit odd. It's a bit, you know, I'm not a massive fan of it. Here we are, though. 10-7, that's close. I didn't see the score, obviously I only saw the highlights because it was halftime. But 10-7 is really close. Yeah, halftime. So the Vikings and Panthers have just restarted. They've just ran the first play of the second half. Paris, the players are like now warming back up. Coming out of the locker rooms. I think Berlin and Indornders are like just finished too. But the Vikings and Panthers have like just started the second half. But it's 10-7. Massive surprise. Otavio just leveled someone. He's another Brazilian offensive lineman. I talked about him a little bit a minute ago. Otavio Amorim, one of the best like pulling guards in the league. Oh yeah. Aaron Jackson Gotta remember him. He played for Cologne in 2022. I think he was the GFL scoring leader that year. And then he was, I think, second in Special Teams Player of the Year last year. He's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like I said, he's got 2 return touchdowns this year. He could have had 3, but one of them got called back. He had 2 last year as well. So he only has to get 1 more to break his own record. And he only has to get 3 more inside of like 10 weeks to tie up Devin Burrell. So that could be an interesting storyline. I think I also I made like a big mistake in my Casper video, sorry, rather, not Jasper. I think I put a picture of David instead of Adams, and I felt really bad about it. But I only did it like it was like hours after, and I couldn't have really removed the video because then a lot of people wouldn't have seen it. I'd rather people see it and I make the mistake and like rectify the mistake than like me re-upload it and it take 2 hours to re-upload and then no one sees the video and then it doesn't people don't see it. Yeah, I shall make it up to Adams at some point. Let me check back. I need to keep going back and forth just to make sure that I don't miss the start of the Paris one. Yeah, they're still doing the highlights for the first half. But if the backup, is it Reichel? I think that's how he says his name. If he can lead a Vikings victory against the Panthers, that would be incredible. That'd be an all-time ELF moment. He threw a dime earlier. The Vikings have one of the best youth systems in Europe. If you didn't know, the Vikings youth team has produced so many elite level players, and they got a quarterback in at the moment. What's his name? He's like an American kid that plays out in Vienna, and he's like seriously good. He's like the future of that team in terms of like potential lead for the AFL. He's a little bit shorter, but I think he's like the son of like American diplomats. He's just out there playing in Vienna on the youth team. So he's one to look out for. When I remember the name, it will come to me at some point. But Vienna, I've been over there. I've seen the facilities they have. Well, I've seen like the field, and I've been around some of the people involved. Yeah, they're just a very good team. Not because they were a few years ago, but still very good. Take a shot left. Oh, it's a bad drop, man. Like, this quarterback's slinging the rock. That's a Schumacher. Let's check back with Paris, make sure they're not kicked off. Right, they're still warming up, so that's all good. Yeah, editing is the longest part. Like, I will do... So the Catsper video, for example, I spent 1 day making the graphics. So the route trees... Well, not, I'll start from the beginning. I spent probably most of the day watching the first 4 games. So the 2 from this year, the 2 from last year. And then collecting the examples and just building an overall evaluation report on him through those 4 games. So clipping things that I didn't use because I'd be like, that was a bad route. Maybe he struggles with inside routes, and then I'd watch another. So I clip it, and then I'd watch another thing. And be like, okay, no, he runs good inside routes, so I won't use that as a point. So I'll build an evaluation report on him through those games, and then I will make the graphics. So actually I made the thumbnail first. I knew I was going to do a player. I was looking for what player I wanted to do. I wanted to do Noah Swankoa, Noah Troyore, Noel Swankoa, Noah Troyore, Pablo Arrea, Jasper, and Mario Flores was up there, but he's not a younger dude, but there was other like players I was looking for. But Catsper was the only player I could find a picture of. So I went with him, made the picture, made the thumbnail, studied the tape, and then spent a day making the graphics of like the route tree and the getting the pictures for the intro, and like getting the stats and stuff like that, and getting that all sorted. And then a few hours was spent obviously filming and recording, doing all the lines, downloading the stuff from my phone that I used onto my laptop, which you'd be surprised takes quite a while. And then obviously the editing up and putting everything in, putting the effects in, making the sound effects. So overall, those like more highly edited videos take about 2-3 days. Like the breakdown and the power rankings are very much quicker because I already have the power ranking template that I can just like basically drag and drop wherever I want them to go, and I can just talk, and it's not very edited. Same with the what the teams have to do. I've got the template. I can just kind of switch them out where I need them, move things around, and just talk. A little bit more editing, so that might take like a day to do those ones. Right, here we are. So kickoff is just started for the Frankfurt game, so I've gone back to that one. So I say the power rankings take about a day. The what the teams have to do to win takes about a day. I appreciate it. And then so I probably do about 3 or 4 videos a week. The evaluations take about 2 days, maybe 3 days, depending on how much tape I need to go through. Because some players require much more tape than others. Like if I'm doing Zach Edwards, I can kind of get a point of what he's doing after 2 games. If I'm watching a lineman, I might need 4, because sometimes teams just run really quick offenses. You don't really get to see much of their blocking. For running a DB, they might not get thrown to at all in a whole game. Like with DeJourn, I think I watched... Yeah, with DeJourn Owens, I think I watched 10 games. Which took a long time, because the whole narrative of that video was he plays better when he's when he's already matched up with a receiver once. So I had to watch him against Fire twice, against Frankfurt twice, against Paris twice. I watched every game that he played someone 2 times. So I think it was about 10 games. I didn't collect film on all of those, but I collected stats on all of those. Some players are just harder to build an evaluation report. I'm also better at certain positions, obviously. So I think DB and receiver I'm best at evaluating. I say offensive line I'm worst at. I'm still not bad at it, don't get me wrong. But offensive line is the thing I need to improve on my evaluating. But it's also the hardest position to evaluate. Like even at an offensive level, even at an NFL level. I'm pretty good at running backs too. I've got a good track record when it comes to running backs. Like so my older work markers, like you've only been here for a minute now, so I've been doing this since about 2019. I've been writing articles, and a lot of the first rookie of the years I wrote about 3 or 4 years ago. So one of the first videos on this channel that you'll find. So I got a lot of MMA stuff because I did that during COVID, just because I was bored. But if you go back way onto this channel, you'll see a video with me talking about Marcus Schneider, who went on to be a Rookie of the Year player. And on that video, someone was talking about Noah Joyora in the comment section. So they called it years ago too. Bad drop by Remy Berthelon. Job openings on their website. Depends on what it was for, honestly. I would love to work for the ELF. That'd be great. It just depends on what it was, because I'm not a great editor. It's one I'm trying to get better at. My editing is very simple, because it takes me a long time because I'm not great at it. Yeah, it was 10-7. I've only checked in to see a couple of the highlights and stuff, but I think Vienna's defense is elite level, so I think it probably comes down to that. I agree, man. I think like they should have multiple shows. If I'm running ELF, here's what I'm doing. Right? Oh, Zach Edwards. Oh my God, Zach Edwards. That was nearly outstanding. So if what I'm doing, if I'm the ELF, I'm having ELF Live with Nick and with Silas. That's perfect. That's a great show. And then, you know, occasionally you, Jamal, or Alex or myself can go on it too, sure. And then I'm doing the Insiders, which is me, you, and with Alex. Just us three. And we just talk our own show. And you just have different shows. Like, some people just work. Some people just enjoy watching other people's content more than others. It's fine. Makes sense. Like, I watch all of your content. I watch all of Nick's. Alex doesn't make video content. I watch Silas when he uploads. But some people don't watch all of us, which is fine. Some people might have found me through your videos. Some people might have found you through my videos. And I think that's the best part. But I think ELF should have multiple shows. I think that would be cool. But, my opinion. I do think the ELF did a good job. I'm critical of the ELF sometimes, of course. But I think overall they've done a good job. I think some of the decisions are a little bit like, but yeah, like multiple shows. I'm actually more of a fan of less regimented shows. So, like Jamal and the ELF Live, again, I love that stuff. They have like talking points. Oh, nearly a really good catch. Like talking points they cover, certain things like that. And I just talk for years. And that's my style. So more like talking points are regimented. I sometimes run out of time. When me and you and Jamal were on, I was like, man, we got the little timer, just how long we're going to spend on each topic. I was like, I want to talk about this for years. But I can't, because I've got to give Jamal a chance to speak and I've got to give Nick a chance to speak. Whereas the Insiders, I can be a bit more like flowing. Here's Luke taking a shot deep. Can't see what's going on, but it's incomplete. Yeah, it was, man. That was a long time ago. That was so long ago that we did that video. If I'm building a London Monarchs team, it's looking very different. Let's get my notepad out. I might make a quick draft. We're going to use my book that I used to use during COVID for learning for learning Portuguese science. So we got pink because I bought a bunch of notepads for different stuff I wanted to do. So like the first few pages of this notebook are like me learning Brazilian Portuguese. And it's dated for June 2021. Yeah, look at that. I'm going to show some of my Portuguese lessons. I tried, and then I made my own quizzes. Look at that. I was dedicated to learning the language. I'm just really bad at languages. Like, I really did try. I would love to learn a second language. It's just very hard. I think that just kind of sums me up. Right, they're going for a kick here. This is like a 46-yarder, nowhere near. So, kick is no good for Frankfurt. I like Silas. I think Silas brings a certain energy. But I am the only European on that show, which I think we need more Europeans. No offense, Jamal, Alex, Nick, Silas. I know, Nick, you're Italian as well, but you're from Oregon. we need some more European representation up in here, you know what I mean? Right, let's do a London M's 2024 draft. We get like a bit of a first draft while we watch Paris. Let's drop my pen. Alright, here's Alex, not Alex, Zach over the middle. Oh, nearly picked. Very nearly picked, but LaRose has dropped the ball. Man, LaRose, I made a whole video about you, bro. You can't be dropping balls. It makes me look bad. Let's put corner, nickel, safety, corner. Outside, inside, outside. D-line, 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 D-line. So it's like going to be rough, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm having Justin at quarterback. The Ole Miss Q that I talked about a lot yesterday. I got Obi at running back, or I can put Tonga at running back. Or I can put Tyrese Johnson-Fisher at running back. Speaking of, like 1 yard maybe for Paris. They're on a 3rd and 9. That's kind of an important one. And the UK running backs are insanely good. There are so many. And Toronto's kicking off, so they need a big comeback. Otherwise, they're not going to get much. I would argue that the British running backs are the position in Europe which have the most depth and ability. Like French receivers are really good. The German offensive line is really good. I would say that the British running backs, damn, because you got a lot of British running backs that aren't in the year left that's still very good. Here's Edwards. A lot of pressure. Takes a sling. Can't see with the camera work. Did he catch it? Took it down. Has the ball, but we didn't see what was going on because of the camera. But it looks like Parrish just moved that ball down about 40 yards. But unfortunately, we didn't see a second of it. Yeah, so he stays. He just rockets it up. Here we go. He just picks the ball out of Nico Lester's hands. Take it down. What a play. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put Gracie Ainsbrook receiver. But British receivers is a weak point, for sure. Edwards again, just over the middle. Remy Bertolon drops the ball. He's a slept-on player, Remy Bertolon. I think he has like the 2nd most reception yards in a single game. I think Robitaille is number 1, and I think Remy is number 2. And that was when he was at Barcelona. Like Remy played with Zach all the way back in the day. We've been together for a while. I'll put Khaled in my London team too. I don't think he was on it last year. I say 2 years ago. Here's Edwards again. Scrambling a little bit now. No, it's just out of bounds though. I definitely think I would have an A at receiver, possibly 2, and definitely an E. Berlin started less rushing, more passing, short screens and such. Nothing big yet. I feel like Berlin are a team that kind of go off those chunk plays a lot more than most teams. Like, their OC's young. Their OC's younger than me. And he is a very talented offensive coordinator, don't get me wrong. But he's still trying to, he's still finding out his identity, how he wants to run a team. Seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Oh, Edwards is sacked. That brings up a big 4th down now. Takes him a lot harder of a field goal to make. Zach's a bit ginger walking up. Yeah, like they rely. I think they want to rely on people like Jackson and Robin. Robin hasn't been used as much this year. Robin Vilcek, number 10. He's one of the best European receivers we have. He's not been used a tremendous amount. Here's a kick by Paris. It's up. Looks good to me. That was a good kick. There we go. That's 18-14 now. Yeah, Frankfurt's defense is incredibly good at the moment, but their offense is lacking. You got 1 score, sure. They got the touchdown. The defense has kind of got a bend, don't break vibe at the moment. 18 points though. Yeah, they've given up a couple big plays, but 18-14, tough score. Paris' defense, though, has also been good. They've only allowed 1 touchdown. I was saying to I can't remember who it was now, about the British offensive line. Actually, that might even rival running backs. I think you could make an all-star offensive line out of just Brits. Let me break it down for you. What I write down. So you got inside centre Matthew Daltrey from the Vienna Vikings. He's an all-star level player. Oh shit! Alright, let me address that one before I start getting to my offensive line. Man, I'm gonna start Haaland because Haaland's the best blocking receiver. Oh, balls comes out. Frankfurt got it. All right, don't worry. So, yeah, they fumbled the ball, and I've got so much going on. They fumbled the ball in a kick return, but fine, they got it back. So I'm going to start Haaland because Haaland's the best blocking receiver, possibly even in the league. Haaland is a phenomenal blocking receiver. Another player that I wanted to do an eval on, but I've just kind of like lost time. I'm gonna. So do I go off this season? Because if I'm going off this season, I'd probably bench Gaia and maybe even cut Robin. Oh man, that doesn't even feel good to say. But tush push fail. Not there. They fumbled the ball. That's probably the worst case scenario out of that. I think I would start Haaland, bench Gaia, cut Robin. But that just feels wrong. You know what I mean? Like, they're all 3 of those. They're all German too, so you could hypothetically make that one receiving core, which is grim. But I'm surprised that you're benching Haaland. Haaland is an excellent blocking player. No, he'll crack block a defensive end and he'll put them on their ass. He's extremely explosive. He's young too. He's not that old. You know, he was a defensive back at one point. He used to play DB for Dusseldorf Panther. Alright, here's Luke again. These outside routes are working really, really well for him. Like Straumann and Kea, just getting these 5-yard outs. With Luke's massive arm, he's able just to zip that ball out to him so fast. They're playing quite soft coverage. I think Paris need to come down a little bit more. Luke is scrambling. Looking for a flag, but there isn't much there. Struggling in red zone again. Tush push success. Flag. Lots of flags coming in once more. Alright, let me get back to this offensive line as well. So, I'm going to put Lawrence in. And then Sayer for Berlin. How's Harry Sayer looking at the moment for Berlin? Because he's is it 57 he's wearing at the moment? He's one of the tackles. Harry Sayer, he played for he played for the Hildesheim Invaders. Because if I'm building an offensive line, right, just out of Brits, start from the centre, Matthew Daltrey, all-star, multiple all-star I think now, Vienna Vikings, killer. Guards, Lewis Thomas, all-star, former of Hamburg, now with Paris, one of the best run blockers in Europe. Toby Letman, other guard, also in Paris, can play anywhere. Former, oh my god! You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move Letman to tackle. Sorry, Harry Sayer. Oh, sacked. I'm like so back and forth between this. So I'm going to move Letman to right tackle. Move Lawrence Cornwall Baptiste into right guard. And I'm going to move, and I've got Keanu Ebanks. I don't know how I didn't put Keanu Ebanks in there in the first place. Keanu Ebanks at left tackle. Lewis Thomas at left guard. Matthew Daltrey at centre. Lawrence Cornwall Baptiste at right guard. And Toby Letman at right tackle. Tell me that is not winning an ELF championship. Ball is back with Paris. Paris defense holding strong again. Like, that is an incredible offensive line. That's phenomenal. And there's other players like Dixon who are in the ELF that I just haven't put on. Harry Sayer, again, another player I just haven't got on. We hired, but I think Gary is more polished receiver. Therefore, I don't need a fullback, a receiver. If that makes sense. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Let's have a look at the last season's receiving. I just want to see the catch percentage. Because Robin has the best hands out of all of them, I think. So Harlan got 62%. No, so Harlan got 68% and Lewis got 62%. Lewis did have more targets. And Lewis got a little bit more yards, less touchdowns. That's a big thing too, that Harlan's better in the red zone. Yeah, it's true actually. Geyer is one of like Geyer's a fascinating case study because he started in the league when he was like 19 and was immediately really good, and his stats have just gone up every single season. I think he's a very strong candidate for someone who might go over 1,000 yards. But it's also difficult because he's got Yannick Meyer, who's another one of the phenomenal receivers that are out of Europe. Right, 2nd and 3. Edwards, one of his receivers on the floor, so he'd have to bail. He's just going to head out of bounds for a loss, but gets dragged down too. I'm actually outstanded by that offensive line that I built. Just off of UK players. I think DB, I'd probably add an American in. They got Samuel and Zigbo. I think that's how I apologize. I get that one wrong. I should know that. My ex's girlfriend, my ex's mother wasn't in Zigbo. He would be one of my corners. He's a UK guy. I think he's at Snow at the moment, Snow College. Him and Khaled at the academy. I'd take them into Monarchs. Someone like Apollo. He's at Bryant. Good game by them, but it's now 4th and 1. Maybe 4th and inches. I feel like we may maybe even see something that, like, kind of difficult. I don't think we will, actually. I was thinking you might see someone like Flores Calderon have the same career trajectory. Because Geyer moved. Geyer went from the Surge when they were bad to Cologne. And then went back to the Surge. He's a German, so a lot easier. Whereas someone like Flores Calderon could have had, he's Italian Spanish, but he's counted as an E. So unless a team's going to bring him in as an E, which they could do, like, he could go to like Madrid. Oh, imagine Flores Calderon in Madrid. Damn, imagine Flores Calderon in Madrid though. Because these players are dual citizenship. I'm not sure if he has an official passport, but I know that he is Spanish. And Sam's at Bryant. Who's at Snow? Didn't Sam go to Snow and then go to Bryant? I can't remember. But Flores Calderon, Madrid would be grim. It's always easier to get people with dual passports into these places. They do tend to favour dual passport athletes. Yeah, Tunde and Sam and you, Khaled. Sort of young trio of DBs. You put an American or two within that same core, and I think that's a very successful core. Someone like Edion Amade as well. A veteran, played in GFL in Sweden. One of my mentors when I was at Pride. Joe Cassidy. Former Dresden Monarch. Like that DB core to UK would be really good. Very young, but very good. Tyreek. Apollo stopped playing ball? That's actually sad. Yeah, Tyreek. Of course it's Tyreek. I got Tyreek and Samuel the wrong way around. My bad. Yeah, Tyreek, Samuel, Tunde. But it's a shame that Apollo stopped playing ball. That 2020 NFL Academy, like DB core, was excellent. I remember when I was doing stuff for Europe's Elite and like Elite Britain, I did a lot of stuff on the that DP core. Actually, that might be the best DP core that's ever been assembled in the UK. Like, you know, that high skill level for sure. Not at all levels, of course, because UE exist. But still very good. Frankfurt's game started, you know, slower in the second half. Both teams trying to formulate the run, not really getting too much out of it. Alright, alright. Andronas are moving with a homegrown quarterback. But Mangle's been surprisingly decent. I could have Henry Rowland at tight end too, at the Andronas. Little reverse. You're going to throw the ball with a receiver. They've done that a couple times over the last, 2 weeks. Throw in with receivers. Galaxy not afraid to do that. What was that? So Strauman went to Shum. He went to Castle. He gets forced out by Beard. I think they're playing Beard maybe a little bit shallower at corner again. But Castle's borderline unguardable for someone at this level. So yeah, they still got he's a lefty. Got a lot of lefties this year. Got Levi Lewis is a lefty. Isn't Weed a lefty? Oh, there's short routes again, but ball comes out. Calvin Stitt was a lefty a couple of years back at Berlin. And ball goes the other way. Like some receivers hate playing with left-handed quarterbacks. I know that was the thing with Tyreek Hill, right? With Tua. He was afraid to play with a left-handed quarterback. I've never played receiver, so I couldn't tell you how much it affects that from a personal standpoint. Screen to Castle again. Get 8 or 9 yards out of it. I do like number 0, I must admit. I wasn't a fan of 0 when I first introduced it, and I was like, okay, that's kind of sick. Just a quick one to Castle, that thing. Yeah, I can imagine. Obviously, you got to think about the protection as well. The protection is different with a left-handed quarterback because your right tackle's got to be like the main guy usually, because that's the blind side. It's a different blind side. I mean, he's again, he's had a mixed bag in this game. He had that pick, but he also gave up the touchdown. He seems like he knives through the routes quite well. You can see that on that pick. But I'm not sure how dominant he is as like a ball hawk corner. Someone who can really like go up with an elite receiver and take the ball out of their hands. I need to do like a full eval on a few of these guys. Oh my god, is Amir Kalani's jersey like shredded? Look how much tape he's got on it. Look at Amir Kalani's jersey. Number 3 for Paris. It just came off, but his jersey is like in half. I'll watch Chandler on this play. So Markel's open now. And Markel hit him with the move. Hit him inside, and Chandler Jones kind of hit on his back foot. Look at Kalani's jersey, man. That's shredded. He's not a good safety. I like him here. That makes sense. You like Merrill Zero out in Prague. That seems like a guy who would be right up your alleyway. Free play for Galaxy. Markel does complain about every single pass that is not complete. That's one thing. I love Markel. He's awesome. I haven't spoken to him really. But like, if the ball is incomplete, he's going to be complaining to the refs about holding or something. Yeah, Marcus, you love Merrill Zero. Running back out in Prague, used to play for Paris. I think he was in the CFL too. It's probably one of the best names in Europe, Merrill Zero. He doesn't wear zero, which is just a shame. There's Luke again, looking for those short routes. Seemed to be working very well, but nothing came out of it. They need to get Kalani a new jersey. Even if it's like a replica jersey from like the from the sales. Get one of the ones from the stands. I swear this happened before. I feel like that's happened in like the Premier League in like the 90s or in the 80s. So they needed a jersey. So yes, it was. It was a player. I can't remember who it was, but it was in the Premier League. Oh, big run there by Galaxy. That's a good 20-yard gain. Fishback. So this was a real story that happened in the Premier League. A player was signed like very close to like the season, or like to this game that was mid-season, and couldn't. The kit man just lost the jersey. Couldn't find the jersey because he was so new to the team. And they went into the tube station in London and found someone with his jersey. So he paid the person with his jersey replica that he could use in the game. And they played with it in the Premier League. It's a true story. No screen out to Markel. Great balance. Gets about 5 out of it. The Galaxy have taken a lot of time off the clock with this drive. Paris on third downs getting a little slower. No, they're starting to move. There's short screens and intermediate passing all day there have been for Luke to exploit. Luke's played well too. He's got into the game a little bit better. Started quite early with that pick, but he started getting, working into it. Got a touchdown to Markel. He's using those outside routes very effectively. But timeout now. I do wish I had some merch. I got like an Austrian hat that I wear pretty often. And I have like a... No, that's pretty much it. I have an Austrian hat. But I don't... So just none of the Austrian teams are playing at the moment, so I'm all good. I don't want to show bias, but if a team does want to, send your boys some free merch, I'll wear it during the games. Yeah, I'll never complain with some free merch. We're 5 wide. Frankfurt really taking their time with this drive. But Paris could be sending heat. They got like 7 coming for him. Short screen. Short pass rather, but Nico Sharma couldn't hold on to the ball. Just came in the hands. He was my comp for Brian Winter. I think Brian Winter's hurt, which is a shame. Rush touchdown. So that's what? What score is that now? 37-3? I said plus 40. I did say plus 40. Paris are just manning up and sending heat at the moment. 3rd and 5. Luke taking a shot. Can't see what happened with the camera work, but ball was incomplete. So that's a big 4th down now. Paul Lenhart he's at the Galaxy. Just hasn't played. Yeah, there we go. Like Lenhart and Lone Kuchi. I really thought we'd see more of those. I don't think Lone Kuchi's even got an allocated number. That's why I couldn't see it on ELF. But they just have so many good receivers in Frankfurt, so it's kind of hard to, I guess, break into that. You got Kevin Kea, you got Nico Straman, you You got Markel Castle, and you got Shum. And Shum's been great. So 36 to 3. Plenty of time left in the quarter. Galaxy using the timeout. Interesting. I call 40 plus. I'm not that far off. I'm getting quite good at score predictions when I actually think about it. Not sometimes my score predictions. I predicted Dragons to win yesterday just off of like vibes because I made that video the day after they cut. The day after they cut D'Angelo. So I went for vibes, and yeah, your team let me down, bro. I played with Khaled too, actually. That's another player in the 11 I played with. I played with Khaled and I played with Stephen McCluskey, the Barcelona Dragons. I played with both of those guys. I played with Leo, who was on the Heltavik team for a bit, and then he got released before the season. I still don't know why they did that. I still honestly think he would have been one of Rookie of the Year contenders. So the kick for Frankfurt is no good. What a surprise. It was a long field goal, but another missed kick. Yeah, Marcus, man, I spit nothing but facts. Nothing but the truth. I said 40, it'll be 40. I said Paris winning by plus 10. That was my prediction before the game. And they're plus 4 at the moment with an opportunity now to go and get another touchdown. No, I wouldn't kick for the rest of the year either. So Paris now do have an opportunity to go down to score. 2018 still. No, not 2018. 14-18. More drops. Yeah, kicking just doesn't seem like the one. Kicking really doesn't seem like the one. Actually, I need to see if there's a player on nearly every team I played with when I was at Pride or with GB. Because as much of like the NFL Academy lads love to say they're like an alumni game between the NFL Academy and Pride. Like shorter, but like it's hard to compare eras. And sure, the academy would probably win as an alumni team, but it's an interesting debate. I asked last time what the ELF could do to a different league. Maybe they should eliminate PAT kicks. Yeah, I mean that would be kind of fun. Didn't the XFL do that? The XFL had like a 1 yard conversion, a 2 yard, and a 3 yard conversion. That would be cool. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so they had like 1 yard. They had like a play from the 2, which was a 1 point. I think a play from the 5 or the 10, which was a 2 point. And they had the 10 or the 20, which was a 3 point conversion. I'd watch a 3 point conversion. That would be kind of hype. I like the idea of a 3 point conversion. I also like think that safeties should be worth more. We've seen a couple of safeties through like botched kicks and stuff in the league, so I'd like to see that. Maybe 3 points or 4 points. A bit aerial shot from the game. There we go. Yeah, you are right though. It's hard, like that's what we're meant to be really good at. We're meant to be quite good at kicking. But we're just not. I really thought we'd be better this year. I feel like kicking has got worse than last season. I might be wrong, but I feel like it's got worse. Alright, beginning of the 4th. Now, in Paris, still 14-18 in favour of the Musketeers. 3rd and 4. On our own 44-yard line. Yeah, honestly, you're not wrong. I do agree. PATs are quite boring. It was worse when the NFL had it like the 2 yard, oh, wide open down the middle. There he goes. Austin Mitchell with a catch. That's a crucial third down conversion there. Very good. Yeah, I agree though. I think it'd be better to remove the 1 point conversions, and then maybe do the XFL rule. We adopted the kickoff from the XFL, so I don't see any reason why we can't kick off the kicking. But how do you address the field goals? I mean, I kind of like sometimes the field goals being kind of bad because it does add an element of like unpredictability. Is Edwards incomplete? Just off the hands of the receiver, goes through the hands. It's gonna be second down. I need to think of more like teams outside. I do want to do a video at some point about like what teams I would like to do outside of the big ones. Everyone's going to talk about London or Amsterdam or Stockholm. I think that would be good to do like a scouting video on for me. Like I would like to do. Here's what I would do if I was building a London Marks team and just build a roster. I'd like to do that as a video, but that would take a long time to do, obviously. But I'd like to do that for other countries too. Like I'd like to do it for a Portuguese team, but there isn't much football in Portugal. Or maybe who else could I do? Like a Finnish team, that could work. I think that'd be fun. The Istanbul remake. Maybe a Serbian or Croatian team, but again, there's not much football. Although, like those leagues, the Eastern European leagues are very like slept on. There's some good quality football playing out in Eastern Europe. Edwards, great play out. So another crucial third down conversion. That's the Rose. Yeah, Sweden would be a good one. You've got Azan Zetterberg, who's playing currently for Paris. In your game you're watching with Berlin, you've got Milford. You've got Ludwig Myron. Two talented Swedish defenders. Anton Coleman. Anton Jahali. A couple Swedish receivers are very talented. Oh, there's a running back out of Sweden. Young kid. He's a baller. Cannot remember his name. Fuck. Let me try and find his name while they do this play. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it though. Where does he play? He's like jacked. And he's a Swedish running back who's like really good. And you've got what's his name? The running back just went to Yukon. There's a lot of really good Swedish running backs. Yeah, there's a Swedish running back who's playing D1. There's a Swedish running back who's probably going to play D1. Oh, Edwards is a shot up. Just short of the receiver there. Incomplete, no flags. Yeah, Sweden have two running backs. Obviously, this is hypothetical in a case where I get D1 players. Because, you know, I doubt a player who's playing at Yukon is going to leave Yukon to join an ELF team. Yeah, for sure. Sweden got a good league too. Anton, what's his name? The Swedish receiver that plays for Stockholm Mean Machines. He's a killer. Sweden offensive line is going to be good because they just got a lot of big guys. Oh, shot by Edwards. Touchdown. No, he dropped it. They called it a touchdown. Then they got it a fumble, and I think it recovered one. Oh my god. Right, Austin Mitchell has maybe scored. This is absolutely going to get challenged. Or, like, looked into. I'm not sure if he completed the process of the catch on that one. This one's absolutely going to get looked into. Right, they've called it incomplete. Alright, they've amended it. They've called it incomplete. Didn't maintain possession to the ground. Let's have a little look at that replay. So Edwards fires a shot up deep left. Lands in Austin Mitchell's hands. Doesn't maintain possession to the ground. I think that's Divine Buckram on him. It was. That's a hell of a play by Divine. It's like a slot fade. He does reel it in. Just ball comes out when he hits the floor. That's tough. Oh, but Musketeers have challenged it. I'm not so sure if they're going to win that challenge, because it looked like the ball came out when he hit the floor. So they might lose a timeout here, which would be big for them coming down the stretch. I personally wouldn't have challenged that. Exactly what I'm saying, man. I don't think they're going to win that challenge. It's not like he took a step or two and then the ball came out like a fumble. I guess so. But like if he hits the floor and the ball comes out afterwards, you know. Kind of like that Megatron catch, you remember back in the day where he like put his hand on the floor? You know, he like caught the ball and then put the ball on the floor with his hand and they called it incomplete. Now that was stupid. But still going to mull this one over. I found who I was thinking of too. It's a Swedish name. He plays for the Salivas Tigers. His name is Vilgot Velskog. He's a Swedish running back. He is class 25. Against the, so here's an example. IFAF Under-19 Championships. Sweden versus Denmark. 31-17 in favour of Sweden. 21 carries, 264 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Vilgot is a baller. And it's class of 25, so he's got time. Right, so 4th and 8, they're going for it. We're sending a house. Oh, Austin Mitchell reels the ball in on 4th and 8. That's crazy. Oh, I'll get to that in a second, Khaled. Edwards, bunch of pressure. Like 3 men in his face, just rainbows it. Austin Mitchell, right place, right time. Just comes under the ball. That's a hell of a play. That's one hell of a play. So did that one count, Khaled? I haven't rewatched the tape. There you go. Swedish running back, baller. Oh, there's a big run up the middle by Augman. Spins off contact from 2 of them. Falls forward in. That's a hell of a run. That's a hell of a run. Now Paris go up by 10. I said they were plus 10. I said they were plus 10. I'm quite good at this analytical stuff, you know. Maybe I should do it more often. Trucks over 2 people at once. Falls forward into the end zone. Yeah, Augman's a beast. People sleep on Augman. He plays the right fire. No, he's a seriously good running back. PAT is good. So now 25 to 14. Big deficit now. The Galaxy offense has not really done much. I told you, Jamal. I said that they were going to win. Yeah, man. It's a tough one. Darian is a... not Darian. Is it Darian? Yeah, Darian Chafin. There we go. I was getting his name the wrong way around. Darian Chafin is a very good receiver at jump ball situations. His hands are just inconsistent. He's had so many drops over the course of this year. He's inconsistent. I'm not sure if you had any drops in you, Khaled, but If you get active with his hands, then he struggles with that. I'd be really interested to see, like, if my scout reports on teams and players are similar to what these actual teams are thinking. Yeah, they just need a PAT. PATs have been alright in this game. Just the field goals have been awful. It's a tough one, isn't it? I watched your video about that today, Jamal, about you saying, can we go 16 win streak to a 2-game losing streak? Very possible. Very possible. Paris are my #1 team in the league at the moment. I said that before going into this game. After the Ryan Fire game, they went down. Paris went up. I said that Paris were the biggest threat. I didn't think they'd lose to Madrid, obviously, but I did say that Paris was the biggest threat to Ryan. I think we can see Paris win. Bit of trickery stuff with the end around. A lot of running for 1 yard, not much. Yeah, you're right. The DBs for Paris are really good. French talent. Amir Kalani, Kenny Fleuret, Masera Beard, Said. 4 really good DBs, not even counting the American in China. And the linebackers too. Like Digan Gomez, Dawson Dales. Oh, right open in the middle on Dawson. And Dawson isn't the speediest linebacker. That's the thing. I mentioned that in the tier list video. He does everything nicely. Like footwork wise, he's just not the most explosive athlete. I like Fleuret too. He's a bit jumpy. He's a bit like he's quite instinctual. He's just not had as much of the football experience because I think he's kind of younger. So Fleuret or Fleuret, I'm not sure, it's French, so I'm gonna call him Fleuret. So when I was watching tape on him in the pre-season to just build up my repertoire, more French, he would bite down onto short routes and like flood concepts a lot, and it wouldn't necessarily be the smart thing because they play him at safety a lot. So he'd bite down when he wouldn't need to, rather than getting over the top of a fade. So I do still rate Kenny a lot, but that was something I picked up on tape through last year. Is he's instinctual, but his instincts aren't necessarily always correct because of just more experience that's needed. Yeah, it would be rather cinematic. Paris absolutely in a line for a win. We've had German franchises win. We've had Austrian franchises win. Could take the title back to Paris. That'd be pretty cool. Be big for the team too. Like I really feel like Paris could become like such a big team in that country. Also, you could make a second franchise in France. Yeah, true. Agreed. I think you can make a second team out of Paris. I think if you put it in like Marseille or somewhere South France, and then again that'd be really expensive. Marseille or Lyon or I don't know, Nice. Could be, you could have 2 really good French teams. 2 very good Spanish teams, not so much. 2 really good French teams, I definitely think that's possible. Because like the Flash and the Black Panther are still good now, even without most of their players. And the Flash play in Paris. 3rd down here for Frankfurt. Like you said though, Jamal, they can't really get separation. Like Markel's able to, and these short 4 or 5 yard gains are working, but Kinshalm, is that in like the German, like in the old disputed parts between Germany and France? I mean, I imagine it's on the border at least. It's a German name. Oh, little short one out to Kaya. Great grab. Oh my god, full extension. Beautiful catch by Kaya. He's French too, actually, isn't he, Kaya? Yeah, okay, that's another one. There's actually a couple of French players outside. Anderson, Nasri, Kaya. Yeah, agreed. I don't want any more German teams either. I love the Germans, but we've got enough. We've got enough German teams. Let's get the Dutch or the Swedish or the English involved, or the British, as I say, not just English. Because if it was just an English team, we'd miss a lot of Scottish talent. And I've said before, a purely English team could compete, or a purely British team could compete for a championship without A's. I'm just saying. Compete, not win, you know. Another third down grab by Ki, spins out of the tackle, gets a big touchdown for Frankfurt. Kevin Kaya, what a play. Just takes a slant over the middle, 2 players on him. He just spins out of the contact from both of them and just runs up the middle of the field for a touchdown. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Even German, even if you go on German-speaking teams, you got to include the Austrians, and they're like heavily influential. But it's no coincidence, you know, Germany has a better infrastructure for American football than most places. Yeah, of course you do, man. I'm pretty sure you've played them, right? Like East Kilbride and like Sterling Klansman for in the University League, like 2 or 3 years ago, they were one of the best teams in the UK. Like the old Sterling teams in university level were ballers. Like Cheno Bassi played for them, T played for them, and DC now at the UE. He was at Sterling. Like, they had a real good team. They're not good now. They're really good back then. Did they win a championship? I don't think they won a championship. No, they won a championship. So Scotland has more Scotland has more championships than Nottingham do. In the last few years. Just saying. I know you're a former Nottingham guy, but I'm just saying. Right, they're going to go for the 2-point try here. Yeah, it's all about money. Everything's about money, man. You got to be able to make a profit there. Like you know, German teams, you're not going to be able to get something out of it. The Broncos beat the Flash, they did, but Flash are without a lot of the best players. Oh, he got it. I thought that was Reece Horn for a second there. Looks really similar to Reece Horn. Is that Mao or Moo? I don't know how you say it. Looks really similar to Reece Horn. So yeah, Broncos beat the Flash. Is good, but Flash of Kenny Florette used to play for the Flash, I think. LaRose played for the Flash. Emir Kalani played for the Flash. A lot of their offensive line played for the Flash. But the Broncos, like, how the hell are those players not playing for the ELF team, man? Like, how are the Broncos doing that well in the Cup? Yeah, they're not getting them in the Mercs. You tell me, Jamal. You're more connected in that area of the world. Former, you just renounced your allegiance to Nottingham. Like, you can't just say, "No, ain't me." You got two silver medals. You know what? Let me get my ring for you, Khaled. Hold on. Let me get this one out. There you are, Khaled. Just saying. Just saying. Yes. That's UE heritage right there. That's what we do. But, yeah, I don't think they should have any more German teams. I think the German teams that are there now are perfect. Still a 1-point game. Holy shit. That might be one for Insiders cast then, Jamal. I think they had similar things though with Prague last season. Like they had so many Black Panther players because Black Panthers went undefeated in the AFL with Czech players, while the Prague Lions sucked. So it was very weird. So I imagine it's a very similar situation. It's a nice ring. And I'm going to get my second one soon. And then next year, hopefully a three-peat. Which would be nice. It would be very nice. Yeah, I mean, always an arm reach. It's very close. I mean, the close game's all over. I'm close to a three-peat. I'm close to having more teams in ELF, hopefully. It's all very close. But I think the German teams are fine. I like the German teams that they are. The locations are pretty balanced too. There's not like too many teams up in the north. Like no teams down south. Oh, Edwards gets fucking hit. Back up. Third down on like 4. They're trying to take a lot of the clock off. They're doing a good job. It's still a very close game, but if Paris can get something here. But, you know, you never trust the field goals at the moment. What? What you talking about, bro? Yeah, you would have. This is the first ring. And you played in that final. We were still winning in the first half. I do find it funny that we play together, and I've also coached. Well, I didn't coach against you because I'm not really a coach at you. I'm a scout, but I have scouted against you. Right, timeout Galaxy. Galaxy are out of timeouts now, which is interesting. So no timeouts now for Galaxy. They have the 2-minute warning at best. They might get the ball back. There's a big drive incoming. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, the league isn't fully professional for like some of it. So having players move a whole area, you know, if someone's in a very small area of the Czech Republic and then or Czechia, and then he moves over, it's a big commitment. Same with the Slovakians, yeah. Ooh. Controversial. Come Yui, bro. Just come Yui, innit? Why not? Alright. 3rd and 5. This was a big one. German teams eventually mirrored the NHL. Yeah, with farm teams. Kind of seeing that already with Cologne. A little bit. Oh, Zach's pressured. He's tucking and running. He's not going to get the first. So they're going to punt. And this gives the Galaxy an opportunity to make something crazy. Now that would be quite something. First special teams caused turnover. Yeah, you did. You put Noah Ramirez, one of our offensive linemen. I remember the play. You like shoulder checked him and you put down an offensive lineman on the floor, which is quite impressive. But then the second game, like the second final, obviously we beat Durham. We didn't concede a point all year, which is quite cool. But to be fair, they were in the red zone like right before the end of the game. Here's 4th and 2. They're going for it, and he's not got it. There's flags. Edwards kind of looked to have extended over the line, but I don't think he got it. But there are flags. Voshlev with the ball, 1.5 minutes left. Jeez, these games are both going kind of crazy. I need to watch them at some point. I want to get an idea of what's going on with this flag. These games have been good. The league has treated us with a lot of really good games to start the year. It looks, yep, so. So Frankfurt get the ball back. 4 minutes, 28 seconds. Frankfurt ball, 22-25. This is a huge drive. This might be one of the most important drives of the whole season. Oh, I'm actually kind of nervous, you know. I don't even have a stake in this game and I'm nervous. Like, imagine if I was betting or something. Imagine if you could bet on the ELF games. I know you can in Germany, I'm pretty sure you can bet on the ELF games. I think. Can you bet on the ELF games in Germany? I feel like you can somewhat. Right, Frankfurt are up. Oof. Big time. 4 minutes, 28. Yeah, no interceptions. Right, draw. Fishback with a good gain. Yeah, it's kind of a difficult situation where if you put like the really good games, like either the Wroclaw and Vienna or Frankfurt and Paris on free TV, it doesn't give much of an incentive to purchase the other games. But if you put on the Enthroned Berlin, like it's a blowout, and if someone's visiting it for the first time, they're like, well, I'm not going to watch this league. You know what I mean? It's kind of a difficult one. Another draw. Fishback again. Sandra hasn't been in the game for a minute. But Fishback gets the first down. Is it Fishback? Yeah. Some betting stuff, yeah. I think there is a website that you can bet on to. I tried to like look into it, but you know I'm not in Germany, so it's kind of hard for me to. I don't think I can legally bet to a German account, so I didn't want to risk that. But right, Frankfurt 3 minutes 20. They've been running the ball a lot. Zaradka throws into thin air there. No one near it. That stops the clock. So. Three minutes 16. It's such a big drive. This is such a big drive. They're in field goal range, hypothetically. Fishback again, another good run. He's been good, coming in and playing well. Oh my god. So if they lost? If Wroclaw lost to Vienna? I mean, that says a lot. Like, that's insane if that's happened. Like, the Panthers are going to tumble down power rankings and momentum. Right, rolling out Zaradka. Another ball into thin air. Is this a fourth down? I'm not sure if the ticket... Yeah, so fourth down and 7 now. This one's kind of for the game. Yeah, like... Okay, they're going to kick it. They're going to kick the field goal. Here we go, right, Marcus. They're going to kick the field goal. They're going to make it or not. You've watched many a missed field goal with me over the last couple of days. Do Frankfurt make this field goal? It's about 28 yards out. No, it's not. It's about 36. What am I talking about? Is that? No good. No good. He missed it. Yikes. It was just short? No, wide left by a mile. Oh my god. So he's missed 3. He's missed 3 field goals. Holy shit. Wow. So Vienna have done a very good job if they win that game because they're in the backup quarterback. Do you start questioning Ben Holmes? And maybe, you know, think about him not being the starting quarterback? I don't think so. I think some people might be having that conversation if their backup's done well and beating a fucking Panthers team. Early look at week 4. So 5 versus Paris, in favour in Paris. Madrid, Cologne. Madrid by a mile. Berlin, Vienna. Depends, but Vienna, surely if they win this game, they could do anything. Helvetic versus Barca. I'm favouring Barca. Wroclaw versus Galaxy. I mean, if it looks like the Panthers have lost to Vienna with a backup, they might, have some struggle against Galaxy if they can't kick either. Milan Surge, that's just Surge all the way. Ravens Raiders, that's Ravens all the way, I think. Prague versus Sea Devils. That was a good game. I'd be intrigued to see that one. Yeah, I mean, both of them have missed fucking 6. Like, why can no one kick? So many fucking kicked field goals that have gone not even really near. Milan missed 3 yesterday. Galaxy have missed 3 today. They could have won this game quite comfortably. What's up, Nick? You've missed a game. I'm not sure if you've been watching the game while driving. Or, oh my gosh. Missed field goals all over the shop. Holy fuck. Vienna actually beat Wroclaw. That's bad for the Panthers. Like, really good for the Vikings. But they only put up 16 points. Like, very good. I want to discount that away. But for the Panthers to not be able to put up 16 points when they put up, like, so many points against Berlin and against Surge. Oh my god. Yeah, man, there's been a lot going on. I can't even explain this game. It's been insane. 2 fumbles in 2 drives from Paris at the start. Luke threw a pick. 3 missed field goals. Everything's kind of been going on. Crappy punting, yeah, all over the league. You're right. It's been a crazy one. Yeah, we got a couple people in each one. We got everyone kind of community. That's what I like about doing these watch longs. We got a couple people watching each game. They played their backup, Rachel. I think that's how you say his name. Like, jeez. Oh my god, like, these games have been insane. Yeah, so Rochelle started. He played last week a little bit and got a long Russian touchdown. Even see, you say that, but even the German-American kicker who played in the NFL has missed it. 40. I said 40 points, Marcus. I said 40. To be fair, I also said Paris by 10. They're only winning by 3. There is still time though for Galaxy to get something. Maybe. Yeah, we do have a lot to talk about. We might have to do I'm not sure if you're doing a roundup tomorrow, Nick, but if we do a roundup, or if you guys do a roundup, that needs to be an extra long 2-hour special. That cannot be a half an hour to an hour discussion. It's got to be a 2-hour special. Damn. Yeah, the commentary sometimes is not fantastic. I guess it depends. I listen to the English commentary, but they're generally alright, pretty good. But I'm not sure about the quality of the German commentary. Yeah, we got you. Don't worry, Marcus. We understand. Don't worry. A lot of people here were here yesterday too, so you're all good. Right. Paris Musketeers timeout. Not long left now. I can't see the exact time because I got the timeout counter over it. But 25-22, favor of Paris. It's getting close, fellas. It's getting close. The league is up for grabs, honestly. Yeah, Paris have not burned as much of the clock as they needed to, but it's 3rd and 4. They'll most likely run it. I think you should run it. Take another 40 seconds off the clock. Who's it good? Good question. Edwards, still. Couple fumbles on the team, and no, they've had 3 fumbles in total, so that's not good. Edwards made a pretty poor decision that led to a fumble, but he has a very poise. Take a Dame, number 12. He's looking really good. He had a run by Denmark Heath, nothing for him. The run game's been there somewhat. Denmark Heath got a receiving touchdown, which is pretty good. Augmon got a really good run up the middle. For Frankfurt, Shum was really solid again. Castle, obviously. Don't really need much explaining. Who else has looked good? Josiah has done so well. He's got a fumble recovery and also a forced fumble and also a fumble recovery for a touchdown, but 2 different plays. Yeah. Both defenses have been very good. Right, 4th and 3. Yeah, Frankfurt offense hasn't looked good. Like, it's had moments, but overall the Frankfurt offense has been fine. Like, not great. They've had struggles. They've got a turnover. They've had quite a few 4-and-outs. They've not been able to get into scoring positions. Yeah, I mean, Jackson is a star, to be fair. Jackson is a serious baller. 1 minute and 2. Sandro hasn't played in like the latter half of this game. He looked okay when he was on. I wouldn't say he did much. Oh, that's a great defensive play. So, Frankfurt have got 56 seconds and about 90 yards to go. Okay. Alright, let me just adjust my posture. This is coming in down to the wire. Alright. Let's go. No, I wouldn't say he's done a lot. He hasn't played much. I think he's still dealing with small injuries. And throwing this, moving the ball, but they got back up in too, so they've done well to get a couple of points out of that. Alright, those short outs are going to be there. I think they are playing. The Paris have played a little bit further down on the line because those short passes were killing them. Luke's taking a shot far left. Did he catch that? Oh, Kevin Kaya has been so good. That's someone who's been amazing. Kevin Kaya just got like a 40-yard gain. Oh, they caught. Wait, did they call it back? Was it incomplete? I can't tell. Alright, 2nd down didn't count. Oh my god, bummer. Bummer. Yeah, Kalius is a baller. I like Kalius a lot. Alright, so that one didn't count. So, 2nd time's the charm. And a pause in the action. That's a tough call. It's a shame they haven't. Oh, they're doing a booth review. Oh, Kaya's looked incredibly good. He got a touchdown earlier. He's been the guy for them today. Markel's been good but quiet. Kaya has been everywhere. Like when Markel's getting the ball, he looks like Markel, but Kaya's been a star of the show. Let's have a look. So he gets the ball in, foot's very clearly down. His head fucking smacks the floor. I think that's a catch. I think that's a catch. Oh, I love the like ultras that the Paris have. Paris have the best ultras in the league, no doubt. Surge are up there, but Paris are the best. Oh, the result stands. That's so tough. That's so tough. No, that's actually unfortunate. Oh my gosh. Me too. Paris are a fun team. Right. Second time lucky. Let's see if they can put another one out. Bit of pressure. Luke moves up well. Goes outside. Incomplete. Third down. Went back to Kaya, but wasn't able to rule that one in. Bloody hell. We haven't even got to... There's other games still going on today. I probably won't stream those. Unless, you know, everyone is here for it. Yeah, Prague and the Ravens. That's it. 3:20. Bloody hell. Right, 3rd and 10. Do or die, realistically. I dropped it. There's flags, though. There are flags. They might have another chance there. They might have another chance there. I was on the defense. Alright, so Frankfurt have got another chance. They've still got quite a bit of the clock left because of how quick. I had Paris as 10-point favourites, Nick. I did. At one point they were up by 10. They were actually up by 11 at one point, but you know, they scored. 40 seconds to go. 3rd and 5. He's going for a rainbow ball. Picked off. Flags for Chandler Jones, but there's flags. It might be a PI. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they should be, but they've fucked up the field goals. So is that going to be a... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. So they're moving up. They've still got a chance. Oh my god, there's still so much in this game. Tell her you're watching the Frankfurt Galaxy and Paris Musketeers game. Oh my goodness. 22-25. 32 seconds left. Inside. They're just outside the half. It's just the time is such an issue. Zaradka outside, incomplete, stops the clock, but it's about all the benefits you can take from that. Yeah, you do. You gotta get her into your left ball. Just say you'll start learning like the language of the team you watch. Yeah, just watch the French team, and then you'll be speaking French, and then she'll love it. It's all good. And she's German, right? She can support the German teams. Oh! Oh my god! Chandler Jones. He ran it back. He didn't get it the first time. He didn't get it the first time. They were all out of timeouts. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. That was, yeah. Holy shit. Chandler Jones and Jalen Embry both getting 2 picks in the 2 biggest games of the week. Oh my god. Wow. ELF football, baby. We love you. We love ELF football. So Paris with the win over the Galaxy. Galaxy 0-2. Oh, and 2. Questions being asked? Questions being asked? Who? You know, these teams like to point fingers. No, not pick 6, but a game-ending pick. Teams like to point fingers. We've seen that, but I don't think there's really. I mean, they could have won, if not for field goal issues. 25-22. Holy fuck. There isn't much else we can really say other than that. I think that might go down as another one of your greatest games, Jamal. Surely that must go down as one of the greatest games in the ELF history. Wow. Oh my goodness. I gotta go watch the second game with my mum. My mum is a Munich Ravens fan, in case you didn't know. My mum got quite into the ELF last year. But she doesn't really, you know, she's there for the vibes. She doesn't know any of the players. But she's there for vibes. It was closer than I thought. Absolutely. Like it's like, you know, it's so open. Like this league is so open. You got Madrid have just won. I think Madrid are going to do better than the Barcelona Dragons franchise has ever done, potentially, especially in the next couple of years. Like, and you got Paris look phenomenal. Fucking Vienna just beat Vorslav with a backup quarterback. Berlin beat the shit out of the Internals, but that kind of just happens anyway. Man. I got no words. This league is phenomenal. I do love Europe, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, NFL football's great. College football's great. But nothing really quite compares to the Europeans. You have to just follow him up. Message him back. But he was over in the Philippines, wasn't he? So I'm not sure if he's going to be travelling that much. That's a good question. When is Madrid, Paris? Let me have a look on their socials. You got a schedule post. Doesn't he have like an actual schedule post, which is a shame. Or Madrid. I'm pretty sure Madrid have a schedule post. Alright, so Madrid have a bit of a... Oh my god. So Madrid have got a gauntlet. So they've just beat the Fire. And then they've got... Oh, that's their home games. That's not their... Why have they not got just like a full schedule? Am I going to have to go on the ELF website? I have to go on the ELF website. Alright, let's have a look. So week 4, they have Cologne, which they should be fine on. And then they have no one. They have a bye week on week 5. And then week 6, they have Rhine again. So that'll be interesting. And then week 7, they have the Galaxy. And then week 8, they have Barca again. And then week 9, they have Paris. That's tough. They're playing them late. I'm not sure who that benefits more. To play both of those games so late in the season. Does that benefit Paris or does that benefit Madrid? And that probably benefits Paris more, right? They've got more depth in key positions. I think you could argue that it benefits them better. Like, the crazy thing is, this year has been amazing. We've had a lot of injuries already. Like, think about how many injuries we had in the Daniel Wright's been injured. A lot of the Ryan Fire receivers are injured. Tommy was not played in a minute. Sandro looked like he not played much in this game. Helbig's like injured pretty badly. Ben Holmes is out for a period of time. There's been a lot of injuries, and the league's already been really good, but it's a shame that we've had so many injuries. But what a fucking game. That was pretty intense. So, yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit longer until I conclude this stream, which has been another successful one. I do enjoy these live streams; they are good fun. Especially now we're getting a few more people in. Because the first few streams, you know, it's quite quiet. Now we're getting a couple more. It's a lot more fun. You can just talk to a lot more people. It's good stuff. I would love to go to Oregon. Oregon has been one of my places I want to go to. I feel like it would suit who I am quite well. But it's just, yeah, it's quite far. It's quite far away from the UK. But there could be, I like the teams that have kind of connections to American teams. Like, I mean, the people forget the Paris Musketeers were called the Paris Saints for like a week. You got the Vikings, you got the Panthers. Panthers are twinned city with Charlotte, I hear. Apparently that was someone said that on the last stream. I think was it RT Blues? So that's quite interesting to learn. So there's a lot of people. I would love to go to Oregon. So Paris won 25-22. Quite the game. Oregon's just really far away and really expensive to get to. That's the only problem for Oregon. It's just, you know, it's that far away. Literally couldn't really be much further across the whole entire world. I'll put it in the thing. Paris won 25-22. Put it in the thing. There you go, just in case. And now is the time to ask, Marcus. How's the? Are they playing in Prague? They're playing in Prague. Or are they playing in Munich? Imagine they're playing in Prague if you're in there. Oh no, it's in Munich. Is it in Munich? I feel like it's in Munich. It says it's in Munich. Got 30 notifications during that game, just off of like people I know in Vienna. He's from Salzburg. The Ducks. There you are. There's a connection, Marcus. The quarterback for the Vikings used to play for the Salzburg Ducks. It's a loose connection, but it's a connection. People were very happy. I'm predicting Munich to win that one quite easily. I think it'll be a shame, though. I really thought Prague would come out a little bit better. They've not looked as good as I expected them to. Like, a few of their players have looked pretty good. But it's not been massively consistent. You know, they've had a lot of issues in just getting started. Like the first game against the Sea Devils, they had a bit of momentum. You know, they were kind of around, doing all right. Bit of something, but. I do want to see Tomil back, but Tomil's been injured. Big shame. I thought he'd go for the Russian title this year. End of broadcast. There we go. It's borderline. You know, Noah Traore for the Vikings used to play for him too. It's certainly borderline. Who's out for who? Satoma was out. Who else is out? Oh yeah, Daniel Wright and Phil Jackson. That's so tough. Oh, that's so tough. Yeah, that's so done. Someone commented on one of my the old video of the Prague one. They're like, oh, you know, he's not doing very well at corner. No, he's not a corner. He's a safety. I don't know why they're playing him at corner. Seems odd to me to have like an Alabama starting safety and then to play him at corner. Yeah, it's tough. They've lost a number of key pieces, that's for sure. Damn, we had 31 votes in that poll. That's a really good amount. And people who went for the Musketeers are right. Some people might have dipped in early and some people might have dipped in late, but I'm happy with that. That was a good one in that poll. Yeah, they've lost a lot of guys. That is, yeah, this one might be a blowout then. What we say, Munich over under, maybe like 50. Honestly, like sounds kind of bad, but if Redeem is a very good receiver. It's just can Redeem be a number one against who they got a corner against St. Robinson and Nitslander? That's two really good players. Two really good corners. And you got the safeties over the top with someone like Flowers. Yeah, yikes. To be honest, I cannot see Prague moving the ball much. No, I really can't see him moving the ball up very much. Which is tough, but I will have to end the stream soon. Just so I can deal with that one. But they're going to start short. They haven't started doing the walkouts or anything yet. Oh, there we go. They got a little while to start. They got 15 minutes, but it seems quite empty there, right? Yeah, Ravens got a decent amount of people there, though. Like, in terms of some of it. I can't really tell. Stadiums, I kind of would like to see a bit more consistency with the stadiums of the teams in the ELF. I think that'd be one thing I'd be like, you know. Yeah, there's a couple of people around. Not a crazy amount. But Munich have definitely got a good fan base. Surprised they didn't get one, like a team maybe in the first year. Guess they kind of wanted to wait. They're pie like a Bavarian pie. Fair enough. Right, I'm going to disappear now. Pleasure as always. Yeah, they did. They've signed. Yeah, they exchanged out a receiver for a DB, which is strange. But yeah, I'm going to leave now. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been a great pleasure as always. I'll be back again next week. I'll be back whenever there are games. I'm going to go watch this one with my mum because she's a Munich Ravens fan. And she wants to watch a game. So yeah. See you later, guys. Pleasure as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next time. See you live. Oh yeah, Nick, I'll see you on that show, for sure. See you in a bit.